Family, come in. I welcome every single last one of you guys in this space. I haven't done a space, and let me think. It's been a while. It has been a while. I got a lot clearly going on, a lot going on, but I figured that this space was very necessary. This space was very much needed. It was good for people of the community. It's good for the FBA community to tap in, you know, because we're on a mission, my brothers and my sisters. We are on a mission. I'm going to be very to the point. I tend to like my monologue. You know what I'm saying? I tend to like to build the suspense and be charismatic and build it up and start from all the way back when. And you guys know in 1865 we was made a promise, but that promise was broken. I like to do that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but this time I'm going to be very short to the point. This time I'm going to admit the fact that we are pushing reparations. We are pushing the needle. We are pushing the narrative. We are pushing for the check and for more in a way that has not been done in any time in the past before. And right now, we have the enemy on the ropes. Right now, we have the enemy in a situation where they're trying to make Hail Mary moves. The situation that's going on in major cities such as Chicago, New York, places like that, with the massive amount of immigration, the crazy, unprecedented, unconstitutional, massive amounts of immigration, we have to understand that that's a huge, major problem for foundational Black Americans. But the problem with that, the real purpose with that, is the fact that that's a Hail Mary move. Is the fact that they understand that the dominant society understands that their grip on power, it's threatened right now. Their grip on control, their grip on white supremacy and white dominance and the white hierarchy, the racial hierarchy, is actually being threatened right now. So because of that, they have to make these very desperate Hail Mary moves. A lot of them did not expect the foundational Black American community to really get on code as quickly as we have. So I want to appreciate every single last one of you. Take a second to shout out every single last one of you brothers and sisters for doing so, because it's so absolutely very necessary that we do that. It's so absolutely very necessary that we get that done. Now, we have a very rare opportunity where the enemy is on the ropes. We have it where this year's in very particular is a very rare election year. Now, a lot of people will say, well, they say that every time, every single time it's an election year, you guys say the same thing. Oh my God, this is the most important election of your life. If you don't vote, you'll die. They say that every time. We understand that. We know that. But we have to understand, never in my life have we seen two presidents, two people who have actually been the president of the United States of America, going up against each other in an election that can completely, if lost, dismantle the entire Democratic Party. We have never seen in generations, in literal generations, we have not seen Black America completely abandon and turn its back from a political party, really the political system in general. We have always seen Black people fight for a right to really have a seat at the table, fight for a right to vote, fight for a right to to have a choice, and there's a place for that. Nobody's disrespecting the right to vote. Nobody's disrespecting the right to have the option as Americans, because that's who we are. We're really the true, real Americans. We built the country. Our people built the country. As Americans, we have a right to participate in the process that Americans do. So if we want to vote, we should be able to have just as much, if not more, really more of a right to vote as any and everybody do. So there's a place for the right to vote, like, you know, Dr. King and other people during his time were fighting for, and even prior. There's a right for that. However, that's not where we are today. So we can pay homage to the struggle that they went through, because we have to understand they were at a time when, if a black person voted, that black person was risking their life to vote. Now the struggle has changed. We have to understand the system of white supremacy evolves, it changes, it grows, it adapts. Now they're not threatening black people to stay away from the polls. Now they're begging black people to go to the polls. They're paying black people catfish to go to the polls. They're giving you all fried chicken to go to the polls. They're giving black people milkshakes to go to the polls, and golden tennis shoes to go to the polls. They're paying strippers to convince you to go to the polls. So we have to understand that the system of white supremacy has changed. The system of white supremacy has adapted to where now it relies on your vote. At first, it didn't want you to vote. Now it relies on your vote. In particular, the Democratic Party. So we have the Democratic Party on the ropes, really the Republican Party as well, too. This is why it's important for us to, in unison, come together and unite so we can get one single powerful demand. If we could make one single demand, that demand, if we can only make one, only one, that demand needs to be reparations. If we only have one single demand, that would be reparations, because reparations is really the core cure to all of the illnesses that we're going through in this country. It's their core weakness, is their kryptonite, that they know that they're fighting so hard not to give it to us, because they know it's going to defeat them. This is why this rally coming up this summer is so very crucial. It's so very important. It's so very necessary. The last rally was very necessary. It was very crucial because it allowed the conversation of reparations. It allowed that to be taken serious in a way it was never taken serious like that before. After the rally for reparations in 2022, you saw a massive amount of conversation of reparations going on all throughout America. Then California started really doing its thing as far as reparations. You had reparations councils, reparations meetings, reparations commissions, reparations this, reparations that. Now, mind you, we're not going to overcredit anybody. Mind you, a lot of that stuff was really a stalling tactic. A lot of that stuff was kind of a nothing burger, because a lot of that stuff was, well, we got to understand, well, what is reparations? Well, reparations ain't really money. Reparations is really just acknowledging the fact that something bad has happened. So a lot of that was that. But the fact of the matter is, they understood after the first rally for reparations that, hey, this subject of reparations is not something that we can just blow off like we used to. is not something that we can say is a fringe issue that most of America agrees is unfeasible. It's not something that we can now market as a pipe dream. The reason why the first rally for reparations was so very important is because the dominant society has always been able to market reparations as a pipe dream. Oh, you were never going to get that. And to a degree, unfortunately, it had a lot of black folk thinking we were never going to get reparations. It had a lot of black folk, even though we knew we deserved it, there was a lot of defeated and glass half empty black folk who were all like, well, if we were going to get reparations, we would have got it by now. And if we ain't got it by now, we just ain't never going to get it. And I guess it is what it is. We just going to have to find another way. You had a lot of black people who thought that. And because of the consistent push that we've been making, because of the consistent strides that we've been making and progress in our relentlessness and our being uncompromising, and us coming up with newer ideas, better ideas, at a faster rate than we've ever have, now even the black people who are like, well, I mean, we should get it, but I just don't see it ever happening. They're not even going to take it serious. We might as well not even ask for it. Even those black people are all like, well, hold on now. I'm starting to rethink this. And that's the main thing, not even getting the dominant society to take us serious. A lot of people think that when the dominant society takes us serious, then we're going to win. We're going to make some great progress when they finally take us serious. But no, the dominant society, especially the lamestream media, they have always taken us serious. Let me just make that very, very clear. They have always taken us serious. Now, they've never told us that they've taken us serious. Let me be very clear with that. They've never told us that they're taking us serious, but they have always taken us serious. The name of the game is to make it seem as if they're not taking us serious. It's to make it seem as if you guys are really not doing anything. Nobody really takes you serious. You guys are really not talking about anything. You guys are just online spreading pseudoscience in your little echo chambers, and you're unintelligent. You don't know how politics work. It doesn't work that way. Remember, that's what they were telling us. Oh, we can't do anything specifically for one group of people. You understand that, right? I mean, that's unconstitutional. That's what they were telling us. It's unconstitutional. It's unfeasible. America doesn't have the money for it. Just leave it alone. And it's gotten to the point where from the people, from the grassroots, from the soil, we have raised the collective consciousness to a degree where they can't even make that finesse anymore. That finesse that they were doing is not because they believed it. It's because there was enough percentage. It was a big enough percentage of the grassroots, of the people who actually did believe it. Even though they know it was wrong, they believed it to a degree. But now those people don't believe it, at least to the degree that they needed to. So now they can't even play that game anymore. Now they can't even say it's unfeasible anymore. Now they gotta at least pretend that they're on the same page now. They have to pretend to be less opposed to reparations as they used to be. Because now, when you raise the collective consciousness of the people, they don't know who they can turn to. At first, they were able to stay away from the subject in the eyes of the people. But now when you got folks like Bernie Sanders being caught slipping when that sister asked him, hey, what do you think about reparations? And Bernie Sanders got to run away with his old ass. Bernie Sanders got to run away, dash away when you got politicians being left and right. What do you think about reparations? What do you think about reparations? Every single place they go to, you have reparations being asked on debates now. Because this is a request and a requirement and a demand from the people. So once you raise the demand from the people, it's ultimately going to block any type of gaslighting tactic that the media has been able to use to try to spread seeds of doubt that reparations is even a possibility. You understand? So this is why these things that we're doing here is so very crucial. These things that we're doing here is so very important. So in the Jumbotron, there GoFundMe for the upcoming rally. The upcoming rally for reparations is currently, let me check, it's a little over 7,000. Let me just double check. It is $7,070. Brothers and sisters, I believe, really by today, but I understand it's Monday or whatever the case is. But I really want to say by today, we can get that to 10,000. And we have to get that to 10,000. We have to get that money, as we have to at least show a substantial dent in this GoFundMe, because we have to understand that none of this stuff, our movement is not going to be paid by anybody outside of the community. Our movement is not going to be funded by anybody outside of the community. Now, 4 or 5 years ago, the Black Lives Matter organization, that was funded by people outside of the community because that was beneficial to people outside of the community. So you had your wealthy donors donating to Black Lives Matter because that to them was beneficial. There was a lot of little sub organizations and sub programs and things like that that they were able to do. They were able to run off with the money and stuff like that. There was a whole bunch of white folks who were behind that whole thing the entire time. So they did it because it benefited them. But this they know is pure. This they know is taintable. This they know is really beneficial to the dismantlement of white supremacy, that they're not going to back this. It's not like Black Lives Matter before, and then they can make some big donation and they say, guys, look at what I did. I donated to Black Lives Matter. I'm a ally. I'm a white ally, guys. They're not going to do that this time. Because all that white ally stuff they did was fake. They're not going to do that this time. This has to come from us because it is for us. And that's fine. That's the way, actually, it should be. It should be this way. As far as people in the grassroots unifying for the cause of reparations, it should be this way, where we all get together for one cause. This isn't everybody got a little ego and everybody want to have a little sub reparations, because now that's what you're seeing now. Folks got a lot of ego, so they're having little reparations rallies. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a big one, the biggest one. There's not going to be a bigger one this year. This is going to be one where thousands of people are there during the Juneteenth weekend in Washington, D.C. Thousands of people are here for one message, for one moment, for one time in history again. The first one was important because it changed the narrative. It changed the public perspective. It changed the view of what reparations means, of what reparations is about. After that, you saw much, I'm not going to say all, but much less confusion about reparations. Because before it was, well, hold on now. Now the money really don't mean nothing. What we really need is the land. You give me a forest. I know a lot about forest and everything. I'ma chop down a bunch of trees. I'ma build a condo out of those trees that I'ma chop down with my bare hands. My grandpa got an axe in his garage. I'm gonna go to my grandpa's house. I'm gonna get his axe. I'm gonna chop down the tree. I'm gonna build a house out the tree. I'm gonna sell the house. I'm gonna get wealth off that. So just give me a bunch of trees. Nobody's doing that anymore. Nobody's saying, well, hold on now. I would say reparations is really forgiving my student loan debt because I went to school back in 92 for my psychology degree and I still got a lot of student loan debt. Nobody's saying that anymore. Nobody is saying that. People are saying reparations is not anything, is not nothing unless it comes first with cash payments. Not to say that we don't want nothing next. Not to say that. Oh, no. I will never turn anything else down. But if it does not come through the door with cash payments, it's not nothing. When you go to your job, does your job say, well, hold on, we don't pay our customers, our employees. We don't pay our employees in cash, but we do pay them in gift cards. We do pay them in other benefits. We do pay them in pizza parties. We do pay them in free merchandise. We do pay them in all. They don't say any of that stuff. Now, when you go to your job, if you ask for any additional benefits, whether that's dental, vision, healthcare, all of this stuff, those are additional benefits. You're not going to take that over the pay. You're not going to, no matter how great the benefits are, you're not going to say, I want the benefits. You can keep the pay to yourself, but I want the benefits. Nobody does that. You go there, you say, okay, well, this is how much I'm going to get paid for this job. And then anything else, that's extra. That's addition. I'm not going to turn anything else extra down, but the pay comes first. You're not going to be able to tell me the extra stuff that's supposed to come after the pay. That stuff comes before the pay. That's why the first rally for reparations was so very important, because that set the precedent that the money comes first. Everybody who's sitting up there talking about we want land first, you heard a lot less. Not saying that they're not here still, but you heard less from them. Everybody who's sitting up there saying, now hold on, man, we really need gold coins like this is Super Mario. You heard a lot less from them. Everybody who's sitting up there saying, well, hold on, man, I really want my college loan forgiven. You heard a lot less from them. Because that rally set the precedent of what we need to be talking about, where we need to be going, what we need to be aiming for. We have a thing when it comes to a movement where folks feel like everybody needs to have the same exact identical thoughts and ideas and beliefs. No, not really. No, not really. What we need is core beliefs and core principles and core ideology. That is what we need. Our core belief, our core principle, our core ideology must be, first off, foundationally Black empowerment. That's the core. That's the heart that's beating in the body. And then with that, the main goal, okay, reparations is not our core belief. That's the goal. The first thing that we know that we're doing to make progress is reparations. And nothing comes before that. There are some people who you might be seeing are getting a little weak in the knees. And there might be, they're telling you this now, they're getting scared. Their knees is getting a little shaky. And they're saying, well, hold on now. I'm thinking I might vote. I mean, I know reparations ain't on the table now, but I still want to vote. They're getting shaky. Their knees are starting to buck a little bit. They're getting scared. But we here are not getting scared. We here are not losing that. Okay? We here are standing firm, standing 10 toes down, standing on business like we always have done. That was why the first rally for reparations was so very important. This is even more important. This one here is even more important. The last one, a lot of people are a little bit nervous. This was our first time really meeting each other. This was my first time at any like big event. So I met all of you guys for the first time. I've never been to like no event or anything like that. I met every single last person that I actually have met. I met you guys for the first time that weekend. Never seen you guys before for the first time. So it was a big thing for us all to actually meet up, for us to shake each other's hands, for us to actually talk to each other face to face. That was a really big, important deal. Now we've already done that, and we've done that a couple times, because then we had the reparation. Then we had the expo. Okay, the next year, and now we're having this year. So we're already very acclimated to each other. We're already very familiar with each other. This one is also bigger because this one we have more time to plan. We have more time to set things up, because the one we did last time was almost a miracle in the working, because of how quick it was, because of how fast we were able to get together. The community was able to pool their resources and pool their schedules together. The speakers were able to come together. This time we have more plans. I mean, we have more time, so we got more things we can accomplish, things we can get out. This one is going to be in the summertime, smack dab in the summertime, unlike last one, which was in November. This one's going to be right in the summertime. It's going to be Juneteenth weekend. Everybody's going to be out. We're going to have a massive new turnout that we haven't had before. And when I tell you, the dominant society is incredibly upset about that. The dominant society is mad. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. They were playing a lot of games with the permits, or whatever the case is. A lot of games with the permits the last time. That's why the rally, if you guys remember, the rally was supposed to be in October, the first rally. We weren't able to get the permits, and then they gave the permit to another little sub rally, and then we went back to get the permit in November. We were to get it. This time they couldn't really play the games because we already kind of knew the agenda. We already kind of knew the deal, so they couldn't really play the games like that this particular time. But it's so much more red tape. So instead of stalling with the permit, they said, okay, well, we're not going to be able to do that because we know eventually you guys are going to get the permit anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys the permit, but we're going to put so much red tape, it's damn near going to make it impossible. At first they were like, nah, we're not going to give you the thing. But now it's, you got to pay for all of this security. You got to pay for the state security. You got to get your own personal security. Then you got to get event security. Then you got to get a permit, but you can't make any money. There's going to be no vendors, and folks got to get paid in cash, and then the cash got to get counted by this, and it's a whole lot of stuff to make the upcoming rally so difficult and so expensive to commence and to get done. that is putting so much pressure because they know for a fact that we're not backed up by any major sponsor, any major corporation that can help foot the bill. They understand all you got to do is keep putting fees and fees and fees and fees and fees, and they won't be able to afford it. Not in this short amount of time. So they can't say anything. They can't file a lawsuit of discrimination because let me tell you something. Word on the street, I can't confirm it, but word on the street is they were going to, in Washington, D.C., they were going to have a Democratic rally. That's what word on the street is. I'm not saying I'm confirming or denying anything, but that's what they were going to have. That's what they were planning on doing later on this year. Okay, closer to the election. So they understand that, oh man, it's going to look real bad if we don't have this reparation. If we deny the permit for the reparations rally, which is not a political rally, it's a cultural rally. They understand we can't deny that rally and then give the Democrats their rally because that makes us look really bad. Because then they'll take that back and then they'll show how biased that we are. They'll show the fact it makes the movement look good when we're getting when we can prove that we're getting denied the same rights that other groups of people were being able to have. Now, the Democratic rally is really a quote unquote get out the vote rally, but it's sponsored by a whole bunch of people from the Democratic Party. But that's just a word on the street. Don't tell nobody I said it. Don't tell nobody I said it. That's just a word on the street. So that's why they're doing it this time. Because they know, like, damn, we got to do it. But the thing is that they tried to play off with the paperwork thing, like, oh, you guys got to get the paperwork, but we understand the process now. So shout out to Tariq when he went to DC after understanding the process, he was able to get all that paperwork and that he was able to go through the proper avenues to get it. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to put so much pressure that eventually it won't be able to happen. And then they'll be able to say, oh, well, I mean, we did try. We gave it to you. We gave you the date. We gave you the place. We gave you the space. It's not our fault. You just couldn't do it. It's not our fault. You just couldn't afford it. You just should have been more ready, I guess. I mean, there's nothing really we can say. I'm sorry. And then the next, quote unquote, get out the vote rally that does have sponsors, that does have corporate backing, then they'll say, well, hold on. I mean, they could just afford all of the things that we require. They could just afford the requirements and you couldn't. It's not biased. It's just the fact that y'all couldn't do it. Y'all just couldn't pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. So this is why it's important for the grassroots to fund it, because if we don't fund it, our enemy is going to fund theirs. If we don't fund it, there's going to be a mass one that is going to be funded, and they're going to be there for the sole purpose of countering what we're doing, because they're shaking in their boots right now. So they're pulling out all of the stops. Now it's to a degree where they're imitating us. They're imitating what we've done. They're using our verbiage. You're having a whole bunch of Democratic shills calling themselves activists. Can I tell y'all something else too? You had a whole bunch of agents in our midst the last time. Let me repeat that. You had a lot of agents in our midst the last time. I mean, it's kind of very obvious. if you guys really been kind of like paying attention and connecting the dots, it's pretty obvious. It's actually very obvious. You had a whole bunch of people who are in our midst who are actually working behind the scenes to slow the pace down, who are actually working behind the scenes to slow things up, to mess the paperwork up, to do that. So that's why it's important that we cleared the circle out. You had a whole bunch of people who've been doing certain things, who've been trying to make the movement look bad, and we've cleared that out. They've been agents that's been sent from the Democratic Party. You'd probably guess correctly, but you still would be surprised. I'm gonna say that. You probably, if you guys had 3 chances to guess, I'm very certain that in those 3 chances that you guys would guess correctly. I would assume, to be very honest with you, that you guys would guess correctly off the first chance, to be very, very honest. But you still would be surprised by the unscrupulous tactics of these individuals. Now we got our good brother, Black Alpha, in the building. I thought he was, is he here? I thought he just, okay. I was like, damn, I don't know what happened to him. Black Alpha, brother, you got it. You got it, brother.
How do I sound, brother? You can hear me good?
Perfect.
All right. Yes, indeed. First off, certified salute to you, my brother. Certified salute to my brother Sage. I see Great Black Shark. Certified salute to you. Certified salute to the whole FBA family. Everything you said was absolutely on point. And since, me and you are 2 of the new pillars of the new school, I want everybody right now to make sure that you donate and make a contribution to this reparations rally Juneteenth celebration. I want everybody to do it. All right. This is the thing. We are out here trying to make history. There will be no do-overs. There will be no second chances. All right. We can't hit the car and put it in reverse and go do this again. Like our brother Afro just said, this is a very one-off rarity because we're talking about an election season. What goes on now is not going to go on again until 2028. We don't have that kind of time. You feel me? This is all about us putting our feet in the sand, our fingerprints on everything, and letting the whole world know that what foundational Black Americans say, foundational Black Americans do. And I got to give the biggest certified salute to our big brother, Tariq Nasheed. Certified salute, because let me tell you about our brother Tariq, okay? Tariq makes all the documentaries in the community. He puts together the expos. He puts together the rallies. It's time that other people start standing up and doing the same exact thing. All right. We can't sit back and just wait for our brother to do everything. Our brother puts in so much good, solid, great work. It's time for other people to do the same thing, even if it's donating. This rally right here, I want you to look at it like a family get together. That's what it really is, because we all family. We all family. Whether you want to be family or not, this is the foundational Black American family tree, and we family. And what happens when you have a family reunion? What do? Somebody brings the soda or pop, wherever you're from. Some people say pop, some people say soda. Okay. Another person brings the hot dogs. Another person brings the potato salad. You got to bring the buns. Somebody drinking, you bring the damn beer, whatever. Everybody brings something different to the get together, the reunion. And this is what it is. This is what the donations and the contributions are, because we have to make this very, very powerful. So we got to stand next to each other. We got to support our brother Tariq the same way that he has supported us time and time again with his information, with his knowledge, and just putting in that certified energy. We have to do it, y'all. And we have to do it right now. So I need everybody to donate. I've already donated, going to donate again. I'll probably donate until the last day. All right. The last hour, I'm going to continue to do it, because it's not just about us. It's about the whole damn family. And I'm talking about the family that's living and the family that's unborn. All right. You got to understand, this reparations rally is not just for us who are going to be there in the flesh. It's also for those of us who are going to have children in the future, because this reparations movement is under consistent attack every single day. The dominant society wants to do 3 things. They want to stop you, then they want to stall you, or they'll sabotage you. And trust me, they're doing all that right now. All of that. You just literally seen Donald Trump Jr. come out and he said, well, why do we really need reparations? You know, I'm Irish. He said the same exact thing. Trust me, if the son is saying it, the daddy's saying it. Family, we're not even in the conversation right now, and we are 6 months away from the election. Everybody else is getting money. They just passed another $900 billion to Ukrainians. The immigrants are getting all the types of benefits, kickbacks, tangibles, and we're getting milkshakes, tennis shoes, and fried chicken. That's literally what we get. What we gonna do about that? Because trust and believe, every single thing that we accomplish, we do on our own. I was listening to the great DMX earlier, and DMX said it best. He said, there's meaning in struggling, but you got to be strong enough and willing to look for the meaning. And the thing that we've been doing, family, we've been sitting here seeing these drawbacks, and we haven't seen that we have power. All right. The very fact that they're speaking about reparations, that's power. The very fact that they're talking about tangibles, that's power. They talking about giving reparations to the damn climate. Come on. The LGBTCD, HIJK, elemental P, those communities, all of them are out here trying to get reparations. Why are people talking about reparations, y'all? They talking about reparations because of us. This is what it is. The whole goddamn world is watching foundational Black Americans. The whole goddamn world is trying to steal from foundational Black Americans. So it's on foundational Black Americans to put that flag in the sky. And this is what this reparations rally, Juneteenth celebration is all about. And don't forget, come Juneteenth, you're going to start seeing that RBG flag waving all over the place. So we got to regulate that. We got a lot of business to attend to. And it is very, very monumental and important that we attend to it in the professional, certified way that we do. And it starts with backing each other financially, mentally, physically, spiritually, every single aspect. That is what we have to do. We got time right now. All right. But that clock is ticking. We can't go take a nap and lay down and wait for next year, the year after. We got to go. We got to go. I want every single brother, sister, king, queen, goddess, and God to get up, go to work, and let's put this down. Because I'm telling you, if we go out to Washington, D.C. during an election season and we let the whole damn world know that foundational Black Americans, we not just here, we getting stronger every single second. If we do that, y'all, I'm telling you, every single thing that we want will come straight to us. We will get our reparations. Damn right. We will get our tangibles. Damn right. And we got to have the whole family putting their work together. I know my brother Afro Elite, he travels across this whole country doing activist work. He doesn't do it for himself. He does it for the people. Y'all know Black Alpha, I'm Mr. Everywhere. I drove 3-4 hours to speak for 2 minutes. All right. I done put myself in front of the FBI, in front of the ATF. You can go on my page right now. I've literally seen it. It ain't something I'm talking about. Ain't no cap. You can see the footage. I've been right there in front of the FBI, the ATF, race soldiers with their weapons, not on Twitter. I'm talking about face to face, eye to eye. I done seen bodies get carried out. All right. Me and my wife, just us, dolo. But we was representing foundational Black Americans, and we were advocating for a hate crime law that pertains to us. This is the work we do. And I didn't do this just for me. I don't give a damn, to be honest with you. I'm doing this for the future. And this is what we all got to have. We got to have that mentality. Don't let these people in these Twitter spaces that sit here all damn day long. You wake up in the morning, they're on the Twitter space. You go to bed, they're on the Twitter space. And all they're doing is a circular argument. They just on that damn race treadmill. And all they talking about who's really Black and who's really Negro and who's from here and where's that, a new tether space. That is waste of time, y'all. It's about tangibles. It's about benefits. It's about luxuries that we are going to get, and we're going to be the only ones who can do it. Nobody else will fund foundational Black Americans other than foundational Black Americans. Nobody else looks out for foundational Black Americans other than foundational Black Americans. So with all of that said and all of that lined up, the time is now, y'all. We got every single thing locked and loaded. I'm talking about we are on one. We're on code. We're stronger than ever. We're focused. We're on the same page. What else do we need, y'all? We don't need a goddamn thing. We don't need nobody else. Let me tell you about our lineage. All right. We may have struggled, but guess what? We struggled by our goddamn self. All right. And then we rose. And guess what? We rose by our goddamn self. And we're going to go to Washington, D.C., and we're going to do it by our goddamn selves. And we're going to fund it our goddamn selves. And we're all going to stand on business. I want to see every single one of y'all there. All right. There's about 10 heavyweights in this Black grassroots game. And there's 2 of them right here on this stage. That's Black Alpha Network. That's my brother Afro Elite. OK, we the pillars of the new school. All right. And we're going to bring that energy, and we're going to bring that grassroots style, that grassroots presence with all the other great speakers. We're going to send them certified salutes. We're going to stand by our good brothers and sisters. And when we leave that stage, me and my brother Afro Elite, trust me when I tell you, You ain't going to be seeing somebody who's on Twitter. You're going to see real black activists putting in that real black activist work and doing it for the lineage, the heritage, and the culture. I put my heart in this shit, and I'm going to continue to do it because this is not about us as people right here today. This is about the past, the present, and the future. Family, they're trying to attack our past, present, and the future. They're trying to say slaves weren't here. That's our past. They're trying to get us out the paint. That's our present. And they're trying to replace us with migrants and immigrants. That's our future. And I know goddamn well, y'all not going to let that happen. I know goddamn well y'all not going to let that happen. All right. I know my man Tay Sign. I know you're not going to let it happen. Afro Bubbles, I know you're not going to let that happen. Rose City, I know you're not going to let that happen. Nikki the God, I know you ain't going to let that happen. That's when my brother Woods, I see you, family. I know y'all not going to let that happen. Goddamn right. So let's go to work. Let's continue to work. And as Huey P. Newton said, we're one tonight. Let us be one in the future. Power to all of our people. Right back to you, my brother Afro.
Powerful words, brother. Powerful words. I mean, our brother Black Alpha, he just set it off, man. Don't he just set it off? Love it. Absolutely. It's just not a space without him, isn't it? I want to say, to piggyback off of what our brother said, this year being an election year, and not just an election year. And I know I've said this earlier in the space, and I'm going to repeat it. They always say this is the most important election you'll ever see. This is the most important election of your entire life. If you don't vote, you'll die. They say that all the time. But I'm telling you this time, and you guys who've known me know for a fact I'm not with any political party. I'm not trying to get out the vote. I'm not trying to sway the vote. I'm not trying to say let's vote down ballot. I'm not trying to say none of that stuff. But I am trying to say this election is powerful. This election is going to set a precedent for many years to come, not just the next 4 years, but for many years to come. And we have to understand the fact that we don't have really a second chance to do this. I referred earlier to a boxer who has his opponent on the ropes. When a boxer has their opponents on the ropes, when their boxer sees that the opponent is getting weak in the knees and a little dizzy, that's when the boxer goes in for the kill. That's when a boxer gets really aggressive. You guys have watched any fight of Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather or anybody. If you watch that, when the opponent starts to shake a little bit, when they start to lose their footing, that's when the boxer goes in very aggressively. That's what we have right now. Now, they're trying to make it seem like we're not that substantial, that not that powerful, not going to make a difference, but we do have them on the ropes right now. And if we miss this chance, if we let them get their footing, which is what the immigrants are here for, if we let them get their footing, we're not going to have the opportunity that we have right now. This is really the moment of truth right now. This is our chance right now. Next year, if we have this rally next year, and I'm not saying we can't, if we have it instead of this year, if we have it next year, it won't be able to be the damaging blow to the system of white supremacy that it is this year. Because they'll have a better footing next year. If we allow them to slide and say, we'll do it next year. It's okay. We'll just do it next year. They'll have a much stronger base, a much stronger footing, a much stronger backing than they do right now. They don't want us to believe this, but they are very weak right now. They are very weak right now. This is when we go in super aggressive. This is when we go in to finish the job. This is when we go in to take the win. If we miss this chance right here, they're going to recoup incredibly quick. And they will make sure never to make that mistake again. That's why the immigrants are coming over here. So that's why it's very important that we do it this year. We have another speaker. Our brother Great Black Shark is in the building. Salute to you, brother.
Salute to everybody joining us. I'll keep my comments brief, but I want to reiterate what the brothers have already said on the stage. This is a critical hour in our history right now. We're focused on getting our tangibles. And with your permission, Brother Afro, I want to put something else in the Jumbotron that I want everybody in here to take notes of, because, see, this is actually, in a sense, warfare. We see all the agendas that are coming against our people. And what concerns me the most is the targeting of our children. So like the Brother Black Alpha Network said, he's a family man. He's doing this for the future of his kids and everybody's kids that are foundational Black American freedmen. I want to, with your permission of the host, Afro Elite, to put the website to foreignassistance.gov in there. That website shows where all of our tax dollars are going outside of this country in real time. And then when we're talking about reparations, they talk about, oh, we ain't got it. Oh, no, you got it, because we saw how quickly they cut those checks during the pandemic. We see them giving money left, right, and center to Ukrainians, Afghan refugees, everybody and anybody, except for the people that built this very nation. So everybody that's in here, even if you're not going to be a speaker, even if you're not an activist, everybody can't do everything, but everybody can do something. I don't care what you donate to the cause or give, $5, 10, 100, whatever you can give, it all matters. It all adds up. Because, see, my encouragement is this: when we all get together and get on code, we don't have to agree on every single thing, but like the Brother Afro Elite and Black Alpha Network said, the common denominator goal. All of us in here care about reparations, an anti-Black hate crime bill, and one of the most important things that they're going to fear is seeing the younger brothers and sisters come up like Afro Elite, Black Alpha Network. And why is that so important? See, it's one thing for on-code Gen Xers like myself, or even a few boomers, and I'm going to crash all of them, but we know how most of them are. But the older generation, they're like, yeah, we hear you guys talking. What shakes them to the core is when they see on-code millennials and Gen Z talking about this and saying, hey, this is not going anywhere until you settle this debt that's owed to our people. Now they got a problem. Why? Because, hey, as time goes on, people go on to where the good Lord is going to call them. The younger people are the future of any generation. So this is a very critical moment. And I'm going to tell you like this: if you happen to be listening to this space and you got a problem with our brother Tariq Nasheed, okay, fine. You may not agree with everything he's saying, but put your bias to the side for a minute. Look at the brother's track record. When he says he's going to do something, he does it. He's transparent. And look, I got to speak on this. That brother can speak for himself, but I need to put this out here in the ether, because we should give our brothers and sisters that are fighting for us their flowers. That man is multi-talented. He could do anything except for this. That man could have gone on and had TV shows. He could have been a comedian, a musician, several other things that would be less stressful than doing this. So what I implore people to do, whatever your personal bias is against our brother Tariq Nasheed, put that to the side. Look at the man's track record. Look at the purpose for what he's doing this for. He's not doing this for himself. He's doing this for the future of our people. So that's where you know the mark of actual adulthood comes into place, putting personal beefs and things aside to get things done for the greater good. So with that said, I want to commend and support all of you. I'm going to be donating again on up until it comes. The Lord willing, I will be there to support the brothers and sisters there. So like I said, I just want to encourage everybody. Y'all keep on doing the good work. And Brother Afro, with your permission, I like to put that in there, because you and our brother Black Alpha Network and many of the other speakers can take that data and print that out and use it and quote these numbers. I always tell people, pay attention to policy and numbers. When they start coming around talking about dancing, fried chicken, and all this other foolishness, like, push that to the side. You see these numbers in my hand here? Let's talk this, just like you talk with other groups. With that said, I'll let my plane.
You got it. If you got it, you can put it in the Jumbotron.
I appreciate it, brother. After I put that up there, I'll drop down to make room for other speakers.
Appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Shout out to our good brother, Great Black Shark, because he's absolutely right. There's some people who have really personal issues with Tariq for whatever reason, and I'm not even going to really get into that, but they have personal issues with Tariq. And they are literally willing to allow the future of Black society, the future of foundational Black Americans, and really the world, the future of the world, the future of their kids and their kids' kids, to be at the complete mercy of the system of white supremacy because they don't want to get on the same page because that's the page Tariq is on. There are people literally out there like that. They will damn their kids, damn themselves, damn their kids and their kids' kids because they don't like that man so much for whatever reason. And that's why you see a lot of pushback when it comes to stuff like this. That's why you see a lot of little sabotaging going on. Some of the stuff is deliberate agents who've been sent in the movement. And then some of the stuff is people with personal vendettas, personal gripes, personal issues. That's why you see a lot of these, and I called it before, sub rallies. A lot of these little sub rallies that pop up. Now, these sub rallies, mind you, it would be cool if they supported the big rally and they still wanted to do like a little sub rally. I don't think that's a problem. I think that would be a good thing. But these are the people who don't want to really support the main rally, the big rally, but want to have a substitute rally, not an additional rally. They want to have a substitute rally because they don't like Tariq or they don't like FBA. Okay, these are the people who will literally see the ship sink before they help you patch the ship up. Even if they're on the ship, they would rather see the whole ship and everybody drown before they help us patch the ship up. Instead of patching up the little holes in the ship, they say, well, I'm going to build another ship for me. That's literally their mentality. We have our brother, John Horse, in the building. John Horse, you got it, brother.
What's good, bro? What's good, Black Alpha, Great Black Shark, everybody, man. Yeah, bro. Everybody can contribute, you know what I'm saying? It's tax season. People about to get their taxes back. So you could go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in here can come on the scene and put something down on it, bro. Even if they can't attend the rally, you know what I'm saying? It is super important. We're basically carrying on what, Dr. King was doing, bro. So understand that people think that Dr. King is long gone and he's dead. No, his spirit is live and well with each and every single last one of us in this space. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that they fear. They fear that, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to have one Martin Luther King, but it's another thing to have millions of them, hundreds of thousands of them that you got to deal with. The white supremacists, they can deal with one Martin Luther King. They can't deal with 100,000 of them. So let's just, you know what I'm saying, just continue to just be on code. Understand they do hear us. Understand Black celebrities hear us. There was just a video the other day. It was ludicrous. He was on something on YouTube. He was eating hot wings or something like that, and they were talking about hip hop, and literally it came out of his mouth. He sit there and specifically said the foundational rappers. So they hear exactly. They understand the lineage. They understand everything. They hear us, and understand once we have this rally this summer, they gonna hear us even more, bro. Understand in the coming years. The political establishment of white supremacy, mark my words, they will not be talking about Hispanics. They will not be talking about Asians. They will not be talking about any of these other groups. All eyes will be on us. All eyes will be on us. They're gonna have to do something. So just understand that, you know, that's we're coming up on that. And I'll land.
Thank you, brother. And before we get to the next speaker, let me just harp on something that you said that I think is very important. There are people who will definitely show up, and there are people who might not. There are people who might not be able to show up. That's unfortunate. We still need everybody's hands in this. We need everybody's hands in this. We need everybody to participate. Okay, we don't need, well, I can't show up, so I ain't gonna donate. I mean, I would donate if I know I can show up, but since I don't know I can show up, I'm not sure if I'm gonna put any money into it because I'm not gonna be there. We do not, especially right now. Maybe if this was something else, Maybe. But right now, we really don't need that. Whether you can show up or whether you can't, you do got to show out. You do have to put something in the pot. We can't have it to where everybody just wants to have fun. I'm going to do it if I can show up and I can have fun. But if I can't have fun, if I can't show up, I don't know. Everybody, whether you showing up or not. So that was very important that he said that. But we got another speaker, FBA Goddess sister. You got it.
Hey, how everybody doing? I'm just going by everything that I've learned from Tariq over the last several years that I've been listening to him. Microaggression is something that I'm dealing with, and until Tariq pointed that out, I would have never known that. So anything that I can get from that brother to teach me, I'm willing to be able to be there for him and anybody else in that matter and donate. I'm going to be there, but I'm also going to donate too. So we got to get it done. And he can't do everything on his own. And it's not him grifting. It's for us to be able to have this NDC. It's not free. We need to have it paid for. So everybody donate. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. I was just actually checking the page. I think we raised since this space, because it's at 7,125 now. We can buy tonight. Really, we can get that to 8,000. I'm sure we can get that to 8,000. And when you guys do donate, a lot of people donate anonymously. And I think you can still leave a message when you do. If you can leave a message, make sure whatever message that you choose to leave, I'm not telling you guys what to put there, but whatever message, make sure you use the hashtag Rally for Reparations. That's the number 4, Rally for Reparations. So whether you're retweeting, and it's in the Jumbotron, so everybody needs to go up to the Jumbotron and they need to retweet the GoFundMe link. Whether if you got it today and if you're going to just bookmark it and then you're going to wait till Thursday or Friday when you get your money and then you're going to put some money on it then, okay. But everybody needs to retweet it. Not just retweet it, quote tweet it. And put Rally for Reparations. Because we have to start galvanizing and circulating that hashtag. That hashtag needs to become a trending thing. It did last year. Last year, everybody was Rally for Reparations, and the Rally for Reparations was actually trending. We needed to get this to be the same this year, but we needed to be that way earlier. We need to have the noise for it earlier this year than we have last year. So everybody needs to go there. Everybody needs to quote tweet it and put Rally for Reparations. If you guys donate, I encourage you. Not telling y'all what to do, but I encourage y'all, if you guys do donate, to make sure you donate and put Rally for Reparation. You can put whatever else you want to, but make sure it's a hashtag Rally for Reparations so we can get the hashtag really circulating online. We have another speaker up, Damon. Damon, you got it, brother.
I don't know if you remember me for last year, but we were at the rally together first thing in the morning. When I got there, it was still dark when you got there. And it was me, you, and Ola standing there waiting for stuff to happen. I'm telling you, we need more people. We had a great turnout last time. We definitely need people to donate. We need people to donate, buy the t-shirts. If you coming, make sure you get some t-shirts for your people that show up with you. And all you young brothers is doing a great job out here getting the word out. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And that's all I wanted to say, man.
Thank you. I remember that too. Yeah, man. I remember that. That was such a great day. I really couldn't sleep the night before. You guys don't know how nervous I was. It's like a mixture of nervousness and excitement. I was, because I really haven't really met pretty much anybody. I haven't seen pretty much anybody. So it was a nervousness mixed with an excitement there. I couldn't really sleep that day. I got there. First off, DC, y'all, when it comes to parking, Lord, gosh. Anyway, I drove there. It was still dark. When I got out, there was some people walking around and stuff like that. And we got there before they had even set up the stage. So it was still it was chilly. It was chilly too. It was a beautiful sunrise as well too. It was the absolute beautiful sunrise. Lord. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to have trolls in the chat room. We're having a good family moment here. We're not going to, not trolls in the chat room. We're not going to have trolls as speakers. We're not going to have anti-reparationists. We're not going to have reparations naysayers in the chat, in the space to throw it off. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So, no. But look at this. Actually, let me set this for an example. Look at how when we have productive spaces, if you guys know the, who's that character, the Mimi character, that the drunk old lady. If you guys know about the drunk old lady, right? And I'm saying drunk to be polite because I think it's crack. But if you guys remember her, she comes in every single time we have a productive space, a positive space, a space where we're spreading ideas. Here she comes to throw stuff off. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm sorry. But we do got another speaker, Dolo.
What's going on, man? How you guys doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Yeah, I just wanted to put a little input in there. You know, it's kind of like how you said the trolls. It's kind of like how what Nashville is doing now with, you know, trying to ban any idea of reparations in the state. You know, it's kind of funny how people have the same mentality as some of these white supremacist leaders and politicians, things of that nature. That's all I had to add, though.
Thank you for that. I'm going to say, when it comes to reparations, I have never, and I'm sure you all have never, ever seen so much pushback, so much so much resistance to reparations. There was a live going on social media a couple days ago, on TikTok, as a matter of fact, a couple days ago, and it was a white dude, and the white dude said, nobody deserves reparations. The white dude had a whole live saying nobody deserves reparations, and he was debating people. It was like 400 people in there. He was debating FBAs about reparations. And one lady asked him, why is there so much white pushback when it comes to reparations, but there was not this much, or slavery reparations, but there was not.
Afro, check your connection so that it won't lose the space.
Can you guys hear me?
I can, but I just got a message up there that said the connectivity.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Yeah, all right. Let me see. I might go into a different room or something. But I'm gonna say, in the space, he was like, well, nobody deserves reparations. There was this one sister who was all like, why is there so much white pushback to slavery reparations? But there's never this much pushback when it comes to anything else, any other reparations. And then he was all like, well, what are you talking about? She said, why, when any president has given Native Americans, because I want you guys to understand, every single president has given the quote unquote Native Americans something, whether that's expanding their territory, expanding their tribe, giving the tribes some type of benefit, giving the tribes something. They've all given them something. It's not like no one and done, and okay, you guys can't come back. They come to the White House every single administration for a reason. For a reason. Okay. So everybody's done something. So when she asked him that question, he was like, well, I really just don't know about that. So when it comes to other people reparations, they don't have an issue with it. They don't have an issue with the concept of reparations. They don't have an issue with the fact that, oh, it happened so long ago and you guys weren't even alive back then. They don't have an issue with that. That's not an argument they make for Native Americans who still currently every single administration, whether that's Obama, whether that's Trump, whether that's Biden, every single administration point to it, and I can show you where the leaders in the Native American community, quote unquote, have gone to the White House and they have left with something. They went to the White House and they left with something. And there's no pushback. There's no pushback on that. But there is on us. So we have to understand there is on us because our reparations is going to completely change the entire way the system is operated and to transform it into a system of justice for the first time ever. We have more speakers. We had some very interesting speakers coming up. So we're going to go in order. The new speaker, raise your hand, please. Everybody who wants to speak, if you guys can raise your hand, please, so we can know. Let me see. I got some of my ops in the building. Shout out to y'all. My ops in the building want to come up and speak. Want to say hi to me. All right. Let me see. Who was first? Kush? Yes, Kush, you got it.
Brother Afro Elite, what's good with you?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm good. Quick question. I signed up to volunteer like 2 weeks ago, and I still ain't heard nothing back. You know anything about that?
We're still getting a lot of the details and stuff like that straightened out about it because, to be very honest with you, they hit the petition with a lot of extra funding and stuff like that going on. So it's a lot of that stuff going on for it. So we're still kind of getting our ducks in a row as far as that's concerned. But closer to the date, we do have the volunteer list. Because there's a lot of people who volunteered. So we do have that list, and closer to the date, we will be reaching back out to people and having those people assign certain roles and stuff.
All right, I appreciate that, bro. Peace to the family. I see y'all.
No problem. Thank you, brother. Then we have more Khalid Muhammad.
Hey, how we doing, brother?
We good, brother. How you?
I'm doing well. So I just been in the chat listening to you guys, and I wanted to give my little say about the reparations rally, and I'm glad you guys are having it. It's a beautiful thing. I'm in a mindset of, I'm being realistic about when I say this, so just, let me finish it. But I don't think that is going to happen as far as reparations, but I love the idea of pushing it and demanding it. And anybody who pushes back, it's kind of like, it's almost like a template to who has your interests at heart, where your morals stand. It's kind of like how the Arabs have with the Palestinian thing. If you they look at you, if you're a Zionist or you support that side, then we know you're not with us. And that's kind of how I look at reparations. It's an ideological gathering for us to come together around a common purpose and scream it to the top of our lungs, demanding it. And if you don't want to give it to us, we know how you feel about us. And we go push on from that. And we put up a reparations platform, whether it's like Ice Cube had a contract with Black America, put that up, let it stand, and don't even argue with people trying to convince them. Kind of like arguing people, what's a man, what's a woman? Just let them be, and we go on building around like-minded people. I land my plane.
Before you go, can I ask you? You said you don't think it's going to happen. You don't think we're getting reparations. Why?
I don't see enough politicians willing to sacrifice or us to be able to hold them accountable for them to make it happen. I don't even think it's just a reparations thing. I think it's just they don't want to do for American citizens point blank. They passed $100 billion the other day for everybody else under the sun. Then it come out to find out that the money they sent to Ukraine, all those wars over there, $4 billion was set aside for illegals hidden in that bill. So they tell me they don't care about us citizens. And until we get in our mindset that those who don't want to put us first, we don't mess with them. And that's why I say it's not as specifically about it's just about them wanting to do for us, period, until we make demands and said, oh, well, you know, we got to help the homeless. They got a little bill in there for tax for this and for child care. Maybe we need this. No. I don't want none of that unless you're going to give me what I deserve. And our priority needs to come first. So it's more like a demand and having that mindset, you know, of pushing these guys out of the way and don't even deal with them because I know how you see me.
All right. Well, maybe we'll put a pin in that because we got more speakers up, and then we got a lot more people requesting. So I'm start letting people up in the queue. After we'll go with let me see. Somali against Pan-Africanism, then Sassy Lady, then Nikki the God, and then we'll start letting more people up. All right, hold on.
Hey, bro. Thanks for letting me up. I just wanted to say that America helped facilitate to create the state of Israel, and Jews got a state for what happened 2,000 years ago when they were kicked out of the land by the Romans. So I don't see why it's an issue. Why America can't pay reparations for 200 years ago. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, hey, I mean that's a point. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. You know, and they still paying that. And what happened over there with them, that didn't even happen in America, and they're paying them for it. So that's a good point. Thank you for that. Sassy Lady, you got it,
Yes,
sister.
yes. Good evening, everyone. Grace and peace. And Afro Elite, I follow you, but you don't follow me. And Black Alpha, I follow you, and you all don't follow me back. So if you want to, please feel free, so I can keep up with what's going on. Grassroots grassroots uniting for reparations. There's more to this thing that meets the eye when it comes to Black Americans, right? Now, it's a couple of things I want to say, and I don't want to I don't want to repeat what other people are saying, but it's good that we are on code and speaking the same language. Of course, a reparation is a debt that's owed by our American government. Okay? Our American government. Now, I suppose, I'm not sure that they think that things like the programs are a form of reparation. And somebody told me that. And I pushed back. I said, you crazy. You know, thinking like, and I'm not putting anybody down, but like with the families, like with the mothers on welfare, they told me that was a form of reparations. I said, no, I did not grow up on that. So, no, that's not reparations. So just bear with me. The United Nations declared that reparations should be paid for racism. The United Nations declared that reparations should be paid for racism. And what's happening? America, who is their own powerhouse, is actually ignoring it. And you know what somebody said? The president said at the State of the Union? He said his family came from either Irish or somewhere, and they were brought over here. Well, they may have came over through Ellis Island, but they didn't come in chains. See, I've been to the Statue of Liberty and they show you a film. They came over here in their clothes walking. So are you trying to say the transatlantic slave didn't happen? Or what's going on here? But at that State of the Union, and I quote, he said his ancestors were brought over here, but he didn't say in chains. Okay? End quote. Now, um, they just want us at the bottom. They just want us at the bottom. Don't believe that we are paid reparations. I saw some really interesting graphs today in another space. And yes, we were on the bottom. And they actually had Hispanics and illegals over us as far as wealth, as far as, money and whatnot, right? And I'm like, that's interesting. They've always told us, oh, go get a job. Jobs don't close the wealth gap, number one. And we need to understand that. And we are deserving of reparations. Now, whoever runs the United States, oligarchs or corporations or whatever, they are stubborn. Woo! I think they saying, no, you all belong at the bottom. Now, in a capitalistic society, I agree. Everybody can't be rich. But you're not going to keep us poor. Now, let's take our mind back just for a minute, and I'm closing. Y'all remember the California reparations that they had? Remember? And they came up with a specific amount. I don't remember what it was. And then the governor um, said no, if I'm correct, in part. He said no. Okay. And then they came back. Some people they came back. Just bear with me. And I am one of the older ladies on the app, but I'm still, my voice still matters. I ain't that old though, okay? But I've seen some decades. So then when they came back with a new proposal for reparations, the audacity to not have any money in it. But what did they have in it? Programs. Programs galore. No. It's a debt that's old. They had programs. That's what they want for us as Black Americans, in my opinion and in my view. Programs. Right? That's what happened. I'm telling you. Now, I don't know how the other reparations are going. Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago is fighting too. I mean, they really fighting. But now my state, Colorado, we haven't begun that yet. It's not that many of us here, but we still gonna fight for it. We still gonna put up our dukes. And lastly, and in closing, like I say, the moment the illegals crossed the board illegally, they should have been demanded into custody for crossing the border of a sovereign nation. I heard that. Now, um, and I think I'm done. But like I say, these other countries, Ukraine, Israel gets 4 billion a year. That's a lot of money. And I've been to Israel, and it's real commercialized. Truth be told, they don't need that money. But that's who I think runs the country then. Because in my view, allegedly, that fair use, that uh Israel gets 4 billion a year and all this money to Ukraine. Don't you find that suspicious? But we don't want to give citizens of these United States reparations. It's a debt that old. We're going to fight till the end. I pray it's in my lifetime. But we just got to keep fighting because remember, let's see, Jim Crow was 100 years. No, we don't have 100 years. Remember
You're
from,
absolutely, you are absolutely correct.
but we
You
don't
said you're
have
from
100 years.
you said
Go
you're
ahead,
from
sir.
Colorado. You said you're
Yeah.
from Colorado,
Yes.
Denver.
Yes.
Yeah, I have family who used to live out there.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. It's we got our people everywhere.
Yeah.
We really. I'm gonna let you get the last word though. I'm gonna let. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna let you get the last word.
Oh, that's okay. And so in closing, like I say, no reparations, no vote. I hate to say that, but we've had enough of the Democrats or whoever trying to dog us out and want us to be poor. We've had enough of that. And now that we're crying loud and sparing not, because remember, our ancestors, and I respect everything they did, and I'm talking about from the 60s up, the ones that carried the burden of getting, us equal rights, respect to them. But they've passed the baton. They've passed the baton to us. So now it's our duty and our job to either run for office so we can get this done or keep having these reparations grassroots. I love it. I love it. I really do. Because we have never stood up like this before. And I yield and I land with that. Thank you for having me and letting me speak. I greatly appreciate it.
You're absolutely welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you. Nikki, you got it.
Peace and blessings, everybody. As far as our goal for foundational Black Americans, I think we need to stay on task. We need to stay focused. Our goal is that we are consistent and stay on code towards our journey in succeeding and receiving lineage-based reparations. We need to have a high self-esteem in regards to our lineage, high self-esteem enough to say that we will receive the reparations. We don't have any space for negative talk. um, we've we've seen those, we've heard those slavery songs, the woe is me songs. We have to be very positive when we speak it into our reparations into existence. And we have to be cognizant when we hear other people say things like, oh, we're not going to get it. We are going to get what we are owed, and we're going to continue to fight for it. That's what this rally is about. That's even Twitter Spaces. That's what it is about. That's what New Black Media is about. And so we must never say never and say what we're not going to have and what we shouldn't have or what we don't think, because that has nothing to do with us, what we think they're not going to do, because it's a debt that is owed to us. So they're going to give us our money regardless, one way or the other. And we're not being violent. We're just saying that we are going to get it, and we're being positive. We're going to have an overall high self-esteemed lineage. To be a foundational Black American is to have a high self-esteem about us and what we can do and what we can accomplish together. So if you are a foundational Black American and you are for lineage-based reparations, you must always speak positive about what we are trying to do. And with that, I'll land.
Thank you for that. And before we refresh the room, let me just piggyback off of that. We have never, nor will we ever, be able to get anything done with a glass half empty attitude. We'll never be able to get anything done if we approach whatever obstacle or whatever challenge with, I really don't think we can do this. There's not a single champion out here who's ever won a championship who went into the ring or who went into the court or whatever and thought, yeah, I really can't win, but I'm gonna try anyway. So you really have to internally transform that mindset. Now we got a lot of new speakers on here, so we're gonna, if the people who have spoken don't have anything left to say, I ask if you guys can leave the room if you don't have anything else you want to say. If you do, you have to raise your hand. But we're going to reset the room, so we're going to be passing it back to our good brother Black Alpha.
Appreciate that, brother. Let me piggyback off of what you just said and what our sister Nikki just said. Absolutely. We have a winner's mentality. That's what it's all about. We have a winner mentality where we don't approach things saying, well, what we not going to get. You know what I'm saying? Certified salute to our sister a minute ago. She said, hopefully we get it in our lifetime. I'm here to tell you and reassure you, sister, you will get it in your lifetime. We're not waiting no more. It's all about taking everything. Understand, reparations is about taking, not about them giving. All right, the same way civil rights was, same way how we built this country. It's about us taking everything. When you got that taking mentality, then you have that victory mentality. And when you have both of those, you get things done. So this is the type of time we're moving on. And if you really look at this era and this generation, this is what we've been focused. We have not sat back and waited for nothing in this generation. This is real time. We say, we go. All right. And then when we get there, we regulate. We drop receipts all the way across the board. And this is why foundational Black Americans are so powerful in this generation. But family, it's a real pivotal time right now, but it's exciting too. You feel me? Black empowerment, foundational Black American empowerment is something that we do, but it's something that we got to have fun with. You got to enjoy it. I enjoy putting in work with my brothers and sisters. I enjoy sitting down and chopping it up with you guys every single week. I enjoy meeting everybody, hugs, daps, pounds, all of that. I enjoy all of it because I enjoy being a foundational Black American. And let me say this, foundational Black Americans, we very serious people and we're very professional as well. All right. We're not out here running around wild. All that ratchetness that you see a lot of people on this app talk about, that's not how we are. We conduct ourselves in a political fashion. We conduct ourselves in a social fashion, very civil, but we get the job done and we get the mission complete. There's going to be a microphone check. You know what I'm saying? Movie coming out. Certified salute to our big brother Tariq again, because like we said, Tariq is out here putting in work and we got to always salute our brother. But you know, we're going to go out here to these premieres all the way across the country and we're going to have a good time. It's not about running up on anybody. It's not about can't nobody come here. We're going to run them off the block. That's not going to happen. It's going to be very peaceful in New York City. It's going to be very peaceful in Chicago. It's going to be very peaceful in Atlanta. As a matter of fact, I'll make the declaration that we're going to have more peace and permeate more positive energy at the premieres for these movies than anything that will be going on in those local cities when it happens. Because foundational Black Americans, we're like that. We lead with respect. And even if somebody comes at us sideways, we handle it accordingly. Accordingly ain't saying you can't come, you're not invited. We're here to have a good time with each other. And at the same time, we're here to educate people who may not know. So all of these misnomers and myths and people running around being ratchet, want to walk people down, all that culture don't get nothing done. Let me tell you what gets things done. What get things done is sitting down with your brothers and sisters, coming up with a real plan, executing that plan, doing it very precise and concise and accurate. And that's why foundational Black Americans are moving very good. We win, family, without having to stoop down. We win without having to get dirty. We clean. We brushing off our shirt. And this is what we're doing all the way across the country. I know right now, my brother EJ, I think EJ in the room, our brother EJ's got something going on Juneteenth in LaGrange, Georgia. Certified salute to you. And I'm liking seeing brothers and sisters. We got things popping all throughout the 50 states. Remember, we own this country. All right. And when we talk about reparations, we got to get over this thing where we deserve reparations. That was like the beginning of this movement, right? We deserve it. Damn that. All right. Reparations is ours. Put your stamp on it. Write your name on it. I don't give a damn if it's print, cursive. You got to type it. All right. Reparations belongs to us. We're not explaining. We're not trying to break it down. We're not asking anybody. We walking in the front door. We snatching that goddamn check. We're going straight to the bank. We might G-check a couple people on the way, but we're going to cash it and we're going to bring it back all the way to the house. It's all about that certified energy. And trust me, when I tell you, when we all meet up in Washington, D.C., and you see Black Alpha Network on that stage, I'm going to put it down and I'm going to keep that certified energy. When you see my brother Afro Elite on that stage, he going to put it down with that certified energy because we speak for the people. All right. We the people's champs. We represent all the people. We ain't on no Twitter space sitting here talking and fighting people. OK, we're going to go on that stage and we're going to speak for everybody in this room. Everybody in this room, because I've met a lot of y'all. And every time we meet, we have a great time. So when you see me and my brother right there, we're going to make sure that when we're on that stage, not only do we put it down, not only do we put on a show, but we're going to get every single point across. And when we leave that stage, you're going to know that we spoke for every last one of y'all, because whether people want to hear it, whether they like it or not, we are all just certified foundational Black American brothers and sisters, maybe a couple cousins too. But we are all family, all a part of the family tree. I don't care if you East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, down South. We step together as one. We move as one unit and we get things done. It's an exciting time. And if there was ever a time that is great to be alive and great to be a foundational Black American, that time is now. And before I go, I want y'all to all remember, when you woke up this morning as a foundational Black American, you already won. If they say it's follow the leader, that's why we in front and everybody else is behind us. Can't wait to see y'all all in DC. Certified salute and keep the donations coming. Peace and love.
Shout out again to our good brother, Black Alpha. Y'all make sure you guys follow. I'm sure you guys pretty much are because I see y'all in his chat room. But make sure you guys follow him on his social media, on his YouTube. Now, we're going to refresh the room because we got more speakers who want to come up. And then we have speakers who haven't spoken yet. So I think we got all of the speakers who've spoken off the stage. So what we'll do is we're going to go with our sister Miriam. And then we'll go with English Overstreet. And then, let me see. We'll just do that. Now I'll figure out who was next. But Sister Miriam, you got it.
Thank you, brother Afro Elite. Be one to you, brother. Be one to you, brother Black Alpha, and all our FBA family in the room. Shout out to you. Be one to you, Sister Nikki the God, and brother Sage. Be one to you as well. We definitely are not entering at this stage in the game of our reparations, Black grassroots reparations movement with a defeatist attitude. That is not a go. That is not FBA talk. Baby, this lineage is strong. We know what we're going to get. We know that it is ours. Like Brother Alpha just said, we're going to claim it, stake it, claim it, and name it. It's ours. So in the spirit of giving donations, we already know how white supremacy have all the wealth machine, the big machines behind them, and the unlimited funds. We are grassroots, meaning we have to do the power. It takes our energy, it takes our word of mouth, it takes us donating with our time, our money, our energy, showing up, showing out. If you, like Brother Alpha said, if you can't show up or you're not going to show up, that has nothing to do with you donating physically or making sure that you're asking these brothers and sisters who are on the committee or Brother Tariq, how to get involved, how can you donate your time or other efforts towards the towards our reparations movement. So we need to be very aware, very cognizant of what is going on at all times. We have no time for ops. We have no time for snakes in the grass. Y'all already know my motto. We are mongoose and we behead snakes. We don't have time for ops. We don't have time for people who are unprofessional. We don't have time for that because we are in the world's eye and we're going to represent ourselves because we care about what we look like, who we are, and how we represent. Like our parents before us and their parents before them. We always stepped on stage clean, fresh, with finesse, with charisma, with outstanding vocabulary, even if you're not great at speaking. Represent in your best mannerism, your best behavior, be on code, have a moral compass. That's what it is to be part of this FBA lineage. We have to represent at all times. It's already enough propaganda being spread by white supremacy propaganda machines. We don't need the glorrillas, the feckless reds or the cuckoowanas or none of those type of representation as far as female energy goes in this movement. And stop the high school bull crap. This is not a competition as far as popularity contest. No. If you're putting in the work, it speaks for itself. No one needs to be shouted out. No one needs to be popping collars. No one needs to be on the side thinking that they run some stuff just because they get a little bit of mention and a little bit shout out. I'm a G checker and a regulator. My brothers know me on this stage. I don't tolerate the buffoonery or the bull crap. Okay, first and foremost, because I'm a straight shooter. So I don't know no other way how to be, and I'm a very frank person, and I'm a very straight. Like I said, straight shooter. I don't know no other way to be. So I have very low tolerance for the bull crap. Okay, very low tolerance. You got too many clicks. You got too many issues out here with people who out here clout chasing and everything else. Okay, there's a time and place for that in your little bitty stage in your home. Keep it there. When you come to up on this stage or up in these areas, our Black grassroots reparation areas, like I said, you're gonna get checked. It's gonna be done with finesse. It's gonna be done with grace, and it's gonna be done with love. But please believe you're gonna have that coming. And no one's above being vetted. I don't care who you are, who you think you are, how long you think you've been around, or if you new to this. Well, we true to this, and we are the regulators, and we got a right sure everybody is towing the line because this is serious. This is our life. Okay, this is our existence that we're fighting for. This is our present, our past, and our future. And we don't have time for it because we got enough people coming for us. And we already have our hands full with scrapping all these other folks on the intellectual, spiritual, and economical level. The last thing I need is someone who's supposed to be from the lineage coming at me dumb and sideways, or coming at our wonderful brother Tariq Nasheed, who has done so much. My goodness, it's only so much one human being can do. Okay, we all are leaders. We all are codified, and if you codified, it speaks for itself. So therefore, it shouldn't be no fuckery, right? Excuse my language. It shouldn't be none of that going on, right? So let's be mature adults about it, emotionally, mentally, financially, and with our actions. That's all I ask. So I look forward to seeing our family. I love you all. I have met some. You probably just don't know because I'm so laid back and so low key with it. But when I see you, I'm going to remind you that you met me. And I've met my brothers, believe it or not, at the first reparation rally. But it's, just to be amongst them. The air is so beautiful because these brothers mean what they say. They had a beautiful spirit then. Um, Black Alpha and his beautiful wife. Um, Shout out to her. Happy belated birthday too, although I wrote it in, but I want to voice that. Um, they were there. They were on the scene. Brother Afro Elite was on the scene. Um, you know, a lot of brothers and sisters were there on the scene that I've met. Um, so looking forward to meeting and greeting and chopping it up and exchanging info and pushing forward with our reparations movement because all we have is us. Like I said, they have billion-dollar industries and money machines behind them. All we have is each other. So if you can afford to get that Starbucks, if you can afford to get that those tennis shoes, if you can afford to pay, I'm not saying neglect yourself, but if you can afford to do other like extra expenditures, practice a little bit of discipline and put that money towards the reparation movement. And we need to continuously support the Hidden History Museum, okay? Because we fund that. That's ours, okay? That's there as a testament through time, our information, our history, okay? For our children and their children and their children. So let's support that. Let's keep on supporting the pillars of our society who is out here putting it all on the line. Happy Black Media Appreciation Month to all of you, especially the Black Vanguard, the second tier. Two other brothers are right here on the stage, as well as our top tier, or shall I say, our elder pillars of New Black Media, which is none other than Professor Black Truth, Tariq Nasheed, Jason Black, Vicky Dillard, Hats Off, Certified B1 Salute. That's Mob G Check. Y'all know I love you. Always come correct because it's love from the chest. Peace.
Thank you so much. That's that Illinois energy. You just know it. The Illinois energy is like no other right there. That's that Illinois energy. Shout out to our good sister Miriam right there. Ain't that
Yes,
right,
it
sister?
is, love.
That's
Yes, it
that
is.
Illinois energy, ain't it?
No,
Okay.
baby.
We're gonna kind of mix stuff up a little bit. Well, what we're gonna go to our brother Sage, and then we're gonna go to English. Cause Sage, he's been trying to get up for a little bit, so we're gonna go with Sage, then English, then I'll figure it out then. Sage, you got it.
It's like you to
English,
big
I
up.
appreciate your patience, but you just hold on for a second, brother. Sage, you got it.
It's just like you to big up Illinois right before I come on. First of all, shout out to New York, okay? Now shout out to the family all across. I do want to say this, and I don't want to feel anyone to feel alienated. Listen, in all honesty, we have to speak truth to power. You as a black person were never supposed to be freed. You as a black person were never supposed to be able to vote. You as a black person were never supposed to be able to go to school and learn to the level that our brothers, let me name one person, that Johnny Cochran, let's say him, has learned to that level. You're not supposed to be educated to that level, okay? None of that was supposed to happen, but it did. Okay, so when you think that we're not gonna get something, or we're not supposed to get something because the other person doesn't want us to get it, every time that they told us no, we made them say yes. And this time is no different. When we put our mind and our energy towards something, we always win. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Muhammad Ali, these people are great at what they did because they did not accept no for an answer. And that's just to name sports figures. Again, you got Johnny Cochran, you got Denzel Washington. I can keep going. You know, these people did not take no for an answer. Shit, Serena Williams, you keep going. Tariq Nasheed doesn't take no for an answer. Jason Black doesn't take no for an answer. I'm pretty sure that Afro Elite growing up in Chicago, Illinois, whatever, was told no. And he did not take that for an answer. Black Alpha, I've been on conversations with you when people had told you no. Did you take that and just walk away? That's not who we are. Last year around this time, it was said that in New York City that Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans created hip hop. Did we just take that and lay down and say, well, it is what it is, and we just gonna go home? That's not what we did. That's not who we are. So again, yes, they're gonna say no. They said it yesterday. They'll say it today. But will they say no tomorrow if we don't accept the no's that they're giving us? Again, it's on us. If we want to accept the no and walk away, that's fine. That's you. But there's a 10% of the family that's not going to accept the answer of no. They're going to say no as long as you accept it. You make them say yes. Thurgood Marshall did not take a no and go home. He made them say yes. So again, when it comes to reparations, we need to stay on the fight. We need to stay focused on it. That's the number one goal. And reparations is not just a check. It starts with a check, but it's not just a check. We're talking it across the board here. We're talking crime bills. I'm not going to go through everything. You're going to give us exactly what you give to other people. And I'm going to just leave it at that. But again, it does not start with a no with us. They've been saying no for the last 170 years since we've been freed, people. So what if they say no? So what? That does not matter. Let them say no. But will you accept it is the question that I will ask for you. As far as us, stop looking at, Tariq Nasheed as the leader. Tariq is not the leader. The only leader that Tariq is the leader of his household. You are the leader. So again, 60,000 is not a lot. Family, we tripled that with movies. We should be able to get that within the next week or so. 60,000 is not a lot. It's time that we start aggregating our money together. A lot of us preach on these spaces, group economics. Well, what the hell is this? We're trying to get together and get on one accord. So again, if you got $5, have one of your friends match that with 10. Have another friend match that with 20. And we'll get there, family. Oh, we'll get there. And in closing, I'm gonna say this too. As far as microphone check, on my side, there will be no harming, of the anyone. I'm not coming specifically for that. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's no one's gonna be harmed specifically from Sage's camp. No one's gonna be harmed. I can assure you that. We're going there to learn. We're going there because there's a lot of students of hip hop in the city, and there's a lot of people that need to truly learn the history of hip hop. Shout out to DJ Hollywood. I just met him the other day. I didn't know who these people was 3 years ago, and I'm ashamed because I call myself a student of hip hop. So there's a lot for me to learn, and that's exactly what I'm coming to do. Much love to the family.
Thank you, brother Sage. Like always, shout out to New York. The Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. Shout out to New York. Y'all cool too. Shout out to New York. We love all our family everywhere. See,
Uh-huh.
this is one big family over here.
Uh-huh.
We love everybody everywhere.
Uh-huh.
All our
I'm side eyeing the
all our good
phone right
FBA
now. I'm side eyeing the phone. I just want to let y'all know.
I like an FBA. No, y'all cool, but make me want to get a really big slice of pizza or something like
Why
that. I
you? I
mean,
knew
it's
you was gonna bring
just
up pizza. Why you got to bring up pizza, bro?
I don't know.
Don't get
I
mad.
actually
Don't get mad because y'all not in
look.
the playoffs right now, and we are. Okay.
Damn, you took it there, huh? Wow. Oh, I'm gonna talk to you after this space stage. I can't believe you said that. I did. It just got personal. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We got English. English, you got it. If you still here, brother.
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to Great Black Shark for having this space and the entire New Black Media. Shout out to Afro Elite and Black Alpha Network. Everybody in the room: Sage, Miriam, Jeff, Will, Marcus, everybody. Yeah. My whole thing is I just want to put in my little 2 cents right quick, and I'll bounce. FBA lineage reparations is a debt that is past due. We are not asking anyone for anything. We're not hoping about anything. We are definitely getting paid our reparations. Number one, we need to start doing things like the next step is to get a bill. So what you need for a bill is the signatures. So we need through the New Black Media, just like what we're doing right now, and in supporting our own reparations movement, we need to start passing bills for whatever it is, like uh, our reparations. Number one, an anti-black crime law. Number two, any of these things that we need, going back to having all black schools with a black staff to teach our children. We need to get the signatures. We need to know how many signatures in each state that we need. We need to start passing these signatures around. Writing down these signatures and keeping tabs on this is us actually taking responsibility and taking over our homeland. They're not going to come up to us and do it. I implore everybody to please listen to Lisa Cabrera's broadcast about the population so that you can get an understanding of what they're scared and panicked about, why they're bringing so many people over here, and what is at stake. This is the time for us to assume complete responsibility for our homeland. By passing these bills around, especially through the New Black Media, we can keep track of our progress, how many more signatures we need. Okay, now we've got the signatures that we need. And then now, because this is the grassroots work that we need to do to prepare for, for people who are going to be in office so that, when we have a chance to actually pass a law, get a bill, and have that bill done officially, and then pass that bill as a law. We need to do that when we have people like in office, So as we're also putting people in office, in Congress, in the Senate, in all these different, run for everything, but don't vote for anything that's not going to give us money. I'm not voting for anything that's not going to benefit our people. If it's not going to benefit us, I'm not voting for it. I'm just not. I'm hitting the couch. So anyway, I'm going to land there. We really need to use the New Black Media to get these signatures to pass these bills to make laws. We need to have something that we can give our lawmakers up there that are our new upcoming lawmakers. That's all. That's all I got to say.
Appreciate you. Absolutely, we got to get active. We absolutely got to get active. We're going to get to getting theoretical, and then we're going to get to JG Burgess.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Was good job. Peace to all of y'all. And thanks for holding this room and doing what y'all doing, holding us down. I just wanted to come up to say that, one of the things that I truly find fascinating in my personal life is philosophy. And I often notice that when it comes to like talks about reparations, many people kind of do this. They try to do this like got you with logic. And I take time, step back, observe their arguments, and I kind of break it down and I kind of point out the fallacies in it. Um, and I kind of try to pick apart what they say so that I could come up with a way to counter what they say. And I kind of call it, a form of like just like countering. Like I recently did a video about reparations and calling it the last American hope. And I explain how reparations for Black American freedmen, foundational Black American freedmen, how it will not only benefit Black Americans, but also benefit the entire country at large, and show that the more that they push down on us, the more that they down press us, the worse the entire country is going to get for everybody. And I give examples of how the country has gotten worse for everybody because of what they do to us. Like, Martin Luther King Jr. said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And so I kind of like I reiterated that, and I kind of came up with like saying that not only is reparations like for us, but reparations for us is for America. Like reparations, not just for us to build us, but for us to rebuild America. So if they want America to be great, quote unquote, they have to give us reparations in order for America to ever become great. And I try to like equate it with that. And I often try to tie it in with like popular media. Like I kind of combine that imagery with the Avatar, The Last Airbender, and how I kind of, called it the last hope, last American hope. But I often do this because I want to try to convey not only to like other adults, but even to children as well about, reparations and why it's important, why we need it, and why not only we need it, but the entire country needs it as well. So that when like, white people or non-Black American people come to us talking about we don't need reparations, I say, as a matter of fact, you want us to have reparations because it will benefit you, will be a benefit to you since you love America so much that we will be able to take the money and build up a new type of foundation in America so that America can become prosperous. It's just we're going to be at the top, but I ain't gonna tell them all that. But they already know that. But so it's just like, I kind of like do this thing where I kind of give them their own logic and I break it down and kind of sublimate it into what we view and what we deem as necessary, not only for us, but also for America in its entirety. So it's like not only is reparations like we coming to take that, it's like you want us to take it. Because if we don't take it and if we don't get it, you won't benefit. So I kind of try to do it. I kind of try to like, counter their logic in order to kind of show them the reason why we not only deserve it, but why they want us to have it, why they need for us to have it. And a kind of side point about trying to make reparations cool, like how Black Alpha was saying, was that like I kind of like saw how you Afro Elite did like the whole cahoots and Jeopardy and stuff. And I was instantly thinking, I'm like, we need to make this like really fun. We need to make it hip and cool for the kids so that like we could get it to the future because they're trying to push like, the Sexy Reds, the NBA Young Boys, the Lottos, and all of these dudes. They trying to push them onto our children. And I feel that if we, find a way to make reparations, cool and fun for the children, we could kind of start to counter program the program that they're trying to put onto like our kids and even ourselves as adults. So it's like I try to like, observe how things are going with the ideal of reparations for foundational Black Americans. And I try to do my best to give a push for it in order to like, using logic from philosophy in order to kind of create the type of structure and the type of arguments that we need in order to kind of get it pushed in the lexicon so that we can really get reparations on like a fast track almost. Because it's like once you get it into the media, once you get it into the minds, once you get it in there, everyone is going to then start to act based on what information that they had. So it's like that's kind of what I feel that like would be the like at least trying to get reparations out there to like even more so other rather than just us, on the grassroots, getting it out to other people who may not know about reparations or may look at reparations with a defeatist mentality, kind of giving them this ideology that's like, not only are we going to get it, but they want us to get it. That's why we fight so hard for it, because they really want for us to get it, because it would benefit everybody if we get it. So that's what I try to do. If you guys ever want to try to break some arguments down or try to come up with some some catchy ideas or whatnot, I'm always here and I'm always available. I know I'm kind of new on the scene, but I'm trying to do my best to help the movement, try to help get everything pushed so that we can all get what we need to get. Thanks for having me speak.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. And you make a very solid point. We got more speakers, so I'm going to be quick, but you make a very solid point. For the people who make the argument that reparations is going to destroy the country and we don't have the money to afford it and all that stuff, reparations is not going to do anything but benefit. It's going to be such a economic boom for the country. But the thing is that they know that it will be a boom for us primarily. So they're all like, no, it doesn't matter if we benefited from it. They can't have it. So that's a good point that you make. It's not just going to be beneficial for us as a lineage, is going to be beneficial for the entire country. We live in the country. So that's a very good argument. We're going to get to JG, what's his name? JG Burgers.
Thank you for the space. Peace and reparations to the room. I wanted to just give some feedback. I'm in California and was a witness for a reparations task force. A lady a few speakers ago made some misinformation about California. I want to at least set that straight, but leave a few other nuggets for where I feel we are in this movement. First and foremost, California was the first state to do it, and there have been 14 bills put forth, of which none are cash. The only thing that resembles any type of cash is the restitution for unjust property takings, where the state came in and took stuff by eminent domain, and that covered, white capping, pushing people off their land, etc. That being said, there are several other bills because the task force did, in fact, with the economists, identify, I want to say, 4 or 5 areas of harm. And, one was redlining, over policing, healthcare disparities. And I want to say there was also something for intellectual property theft. And those five areas of harms basically show the feds and the nation how you can actually pay. You identify a harm and you base it on somebody's age and how long they've been living, and you pay it. Now, I believe that California, although they didn't put money forth, what our governor did do is he came out and said reparations, just like I believe I heard one of the hosts say, it's more than just a check. But yes, there should be. He didn't say there's a check included. Well, I agree there's a check and there needs to be a check. But reparations is more than a check. And I've always said and believe that the return of land, stolen land, is not reparations, but it's a form of repair. And what I would ask, the individuals that are moving some of the grassroots for this rally, if you can make it into a speaking point, when you look at the amount of land loss from foundational Black Americans, from the inception of the United States till today, it's tremendous. I want to say damn near a third, of the land owned, and they're under airports, our state and federal parks, hospitals, federal prisons, state prisons, etc. And so that should be a form of restitution paid out to all the foundational Black American descendants. Last, I'll say this. What are we prepared to do should something move forth and not pass? And what I mean by that is this. I've recently witnessed in California, one Republican, it was 11 members just to get one of the bills out of committee, and this had to do with land theft. The Republican said no, a Democrat abstained, and then 8 other Democrats said yes, one other Republican abstained. So what that tells me is, as a people, what are we prepared to do when the legislators who are supposed to put forth these cash bills or actually move these bills out of committee to get them to the governor's desk? What are we going to do should they not, or we don't get the votes? And I say don't, because we had a Democrat that actually abstained. And for me, in a state that's supposed to be a Democrat, which is pro reparations, right? You should be voting yes. So that's just a philosophical question. You don't have to answer it, but I think there needs to be a play and a plan. My last statement is this before I land. I believe that the Democratic Party has hurt our people, but there's one person that wants to remain in power, and I don't say we just don't vote. I say that we stick it to them. So if you don't like Donald Trump, then you should, and you want to keep Joe Biden, well, you should be about the reparation train. Otherwise, black folks, foundational black folks, have been hurting and at the bottom. And I'm at the point to where I don't give a damn Democrat or Republican. But if it's to get our people right, and if we got to do whatever we got to do with the vote, because our vote has always mattered. But to say no, no, I think we should have a strategic, unified front on either or. And so, yeah, Joe, if you want to do something and make it about something, California has shown you how to go about paying reparations. We have. And if you don't, then goodbye, and we'll move on and move appropriately. But I think Chicago, if you got Democrats that are doing the wrong thing for wrong people, get them out of office. The last point is this. Somebody made the statement that reparations is being told out. Well, the NAACP and urban leagues and these all nonprofits that have failed our people have been getting reparations. And that's got to stop too. I land.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I appreciate your patience, and I appreciate what you said. Uh, Let me see. I am going live on YouTube in less than an hour. So I'm not going to be on here too much longer, but I definitely want to get a chance for the people who have not spoken yet to speak. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with Willie Dynamite, Razor Ball. And then we're going
Peace.
to go with Cash and then Breeze Omega. I just want you all to be aware of the fact that in less than an hour, I'm going to be closing this space. So if anybody wants to come up, don't come up when I say 5 minutes. If anybody wants to come up and quickly add something, feel free. You got it, Racer.
Peace, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's healthy, and I hope everybody's still in this fight. Once again, brother Afro, thanks for holding this space. Peace to Black Alpha, brother Sage. I see all the warriors in here. Sister Nikki the God, I see y'all. I got to do just a quick roll call. And I promise I'm gonna be quick as possible. Yeah, and you can actually add a microphone threat to the AKAs Afro Elite is what I'm being called in certain circles. But I'm actually backing Brother Sage's sentiments. Me or nobody from my camp is gonna jump bad. I'm gonna make sure everybody in my party is gonna be absolutely safe. Everybody around me is gonna be absolutely safe and on their best behavior. I'm linking up with Brother Sage. When we get down there, I'm going to both showings. All right. And with that being said, I actually want to apologize to Brother Tariq. Because it may be misconstrued like as if I was trying to sabotage the event, or I was trying to undermine what was going on. And anybody know me? I've been right on this app since day one with everybody, for the most part in this space right now. And nobody wants this documentary to succeed more than me. Our city for our people needs that so bad. It even hurts my heart to hear Brother Sage he didn't know who DJ Hollywood was until recently. And I actually grew up listening to this man. You get what I'm saying? So that plays into the point what I'm saying about that. So with that being said, I hope those sentiments goes to Brother Tariq, Dr. Cologne. Everybody's going to be safe. But with that note, on that same note, I cannot speak for the foundational Black American streets of the Bronx. It's just, it is what it is. Okay. Also, with that being said, um, it's, I don't think it's wise for us as a people to continue to allow people to openly disrespect us. Go out of their way to undermine our efforts to actually, completely liberate our people, and then, snuggle up under us when the rug gets pulled up from under them, or they basically get exposed. That needs to stop. We need to be very locked tight on that. And then that's just my opinion. Um, and my next point is that I actually try to answer brother JG Burgess's question about what should we be prepared to do as a people. I've been screaming this since day one, since the top of my lungs, since I've been, occupying Twitter spaces. And we need, well, I believe we need to economically boycott this country. I don't think we realize as a people that it is our dollar that is maintaining this country. Even the money that's going out to Israel, money that's going to these wars, money that's funding these illegal aliens, money that goes into advertisement, money that even goes into the propaganda, that paints our people in negative light, literally comes from our pockets, literally. So, this is why I always been screaming, as our good brother from New Black Media as well, Harvey, on Your World. He says, control your dollar, know your history. And we have to start doing that. We definitely have to control our dollar. We definitely uh, need to start concentrating our monies and our efforts to push our people forward. Coming from New York, particularly with this illegal immigration and gentrification, I can tell you exactly how we can combat that, and then I'm gonna land. We have to concentrate our economic dollars strictly on home ownership and business endeavors. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. We have to strictly concentrate on that. The party is over. You get what I'm saying? We have to stop supporting these NFL teams, going to these games, really stop spending our disposable cash within the systems of this country. If not, we will be only economically supporting our demise. So with that, I'll land. I want to appreciate, once again, I appreciate you, brother Afro. I appreciate the family. Microphone check is going to be through the roof. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a ball. It's going to be like a big family reunion. We're going to party and boogie and celebrate getting this record straight and gatekeeping our culture. And once again, I thank y'all, and I leave y'all with peace. Peace out, y'all.
Peace, brother. And I'm glad that you were able to clear up the narrative that anybody was coming to this event looking for problems, looking for trouble, looking to start something. I'm glad that that was able to be cleared up. Okay, so this is Reshabo, and what he said was, taken the wrong way by Cologne. So the message to Cologne, if he is listening to this, or if this gets back to him, nobody is looking for you. Nobody means you any harm. Nobody is trying to run up on you, and nobody's trying to run up on anybody. This is going to be a peaceful event. There's going to be children at all of these events, at every single place in New York, Chicago, Atlanta, all of these places. So nobody, absolutely nobody is looking for a problem. Nobody's going there with any other agenda but to enjoy the film and to enjoy the family. That's it. That is absolutely it.
Yo, Afro, can I just say this real quick? Dr. Cologne, if you're listening, and I'm pretty sure you got somebody down there listening, if you really feel unsafe, brother, you can sit next to me. I promise you, nobody harm you. I'll walk you in. I'll walk you to your car. Whatever, I promise you, nobody will harm you, brother. If you really feel that threat, and you can sit next to me if you want to come. But other than that, you can still come. It's going to be safe. Like I said, I'm linking up with Brother Sage. We going to even reinforce that narrative. And then we just gonna have a good time, brother. It's gonna be lit. I'm coming down with the champagne, all the bells and whistles. We gonna do it up. New York style, man, and represent the family. So that's where it is, man. So once again, man, everybody have a blessed day. Thanks, Afro. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. We'll get to Breeze. Breeze, you got it. Then we'll go with Cash. Now, mind you, we've already gained a couple $100 since we've been here. Since we've been here, the GoFundMe, which is what this is all about, has already gained a couple $100. So shout out to every single last one of you all for that. Breeze, you got
Yo,
it.
yo, salute my brother Afro Elite. Salute Black Alpha, Willie Dynamite, Miriam, Sage, Nikki the God, the whole family. Woods, I see y'all all in here. GBS was in here. I just wanted to say, man, this year I won't see you auspiciously on the backside walking, trying to go see Tariq and them. I'm gonna see you up on that big stage, my good brother, and I'm proud of you. You definitely. I watched you after that day. I said, yeah, Afro gonna be something. Remember that day me and you ran across each other at the first rally, right?
I do. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing you. I'm like, shit, Afro gonna be something. And then I was back there with Dr. Randy Short and them, and we had a bunch of funny stuff going on back over there by the damn porta potties. It was a whole crazy thing. I can't wait to see everybody. I was trying to find um Black Alpha Network that day too. Him and Harriet Tubman's Pistol. I hope I see y'all. I find y'all brothers this time around. Everybody there. Damn. It's gonna be like phenomenal. And yeah, I'm about to go put some more money on there for the reparations. And yo, I just hope to see everybody here out here in DC and just come out there. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be great, family. And yeah, y'all gonna love it, man. I shit. Oh, has anybody figured out? Because I was going to bring a bunch of water with me because I felt like last time we were sorely pressed for water, and we had like a lot of older people and little kids who didn't have water. So I think I'm gonna bring a couple of things of water with me this time, brother. So, but yeah, I appreciate you so much. Can't wait to see you, Black Alpha, on the stage. See Nikki God, see everybody out there. Look, I'm gonna be there early, so y'all gonna see my black ass. I'm gonna be right there because I gotta bring my cameras and everything, have it set up, and I can't wait to see all of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate Tariq for doing this shit. I'm already adding on. I'm about to do microphone check out in DC. That's where I'm gonna have to watch it because I'm in Virginia, and yeah, shit. Man, I just appreciate this whole thing, and we should just all get together. This rally for reparations is real. So, yo, thank you, family. I'm gonna land right there, yo. Love y'all all. One.
Much love, brother. Much respect. I appreciate that. I really do. I remember when he was out there too. It's gonna be so great to see everybody again. It really, really is. And shout out to every single last one of you all who's donated so far. We definitely got to get this money up because this time is going to be bigger. So, of course, we're going to need more funding. But that's okay because we have much more time. Last time we pretty much didn't have no time. It was like, oop, last month you guys got to get your planes, got to get your hotels, got to get that right then and there. This time we have more time, but it's going to be bigger. So we're going to need more funding to support
Afro,
it.
do me a favor. Explain to them exactly why more funding is needed.
Yeah. More funding is needed. First off, because this is going to be bigger than it was last time. You're going to have Tariq is looking to get musical performances, more speakers, somewhat of entertainment as well too. Bigger speakers than it was because we're going to have a bigger crowd. And because we're going to have a bigger crowd means we need better equipment. And because we're also going to have a bigger crowd means we're going to need much tighter security. Because last time we were there were some individuals who popped up and they were on some kind of funny business. Now, we made sure we got some straightening done, but this time is going to be bigger. So it's going to be thousands more people. So we're going to need much more security, not just for the speakers, but also for just the crowd, just to make sure, because a lot of people don't know, you also have to have some level of security for the crowd. So fights don't break out or nothing like that, because you have to understand this is outside. So it's not like anybody's walking through with metal detectors or being checked or anything like that. So anybody could just walk up. So you do have to have a level of security that can break up a fight or whatever the case is. So since it's going to be so much bigger, we're going to have so much more equipment. We're going to have so much more security. And the thing is that we're not going to get any money on the back end. There's no money coming in on the back end. So it's not like
Real
we
quick,
could have
Afro,
vendors.
I wanted to say they weren't there, but remember Harry Potter walked up on us. That kid dressed all in black that looked like Harry Potter, and everybody got kind of on alert when they saw him. And everybody got on code. I just want to say that.
Yeah. So you'll have that, and you'll have that this time because they always come to sabotage anything productive. So don't be surprised. But the thing is that this is for the safety of the speakers and the crowd. That's the biggest expense, really. And then, of course, you know, getting the speakers there, getting the speakers booked, getting the transportation, that stuff costs money too, you know. And we have to also keep in mind that this is around Juneteenth. So it's already going to be people looking for something like this. So I want you guys to think about everybody you know on Twitter, and then think about thousands of people that you don't know on Twitter whatsoever are going to be there. You know, in the summer, in the weekend. So security is really a big cost. And the permit places, they're not playing any games with that. You got to go through their security, their verified stuff. So it's a lot of little fees and red tape and loopholes and stuff that you got to go through. So that's why it's very important that we donate and get this funding up. Let me get to cash gains.
Hey, yeah, peace to the room. I'm Black American on both sides of my family, just for context of the conversation, meaning that they both are eligible for reparations, including my little brother, my little sister, and myself. I also wanted to shout out John G. Burgess because I recognize his name. He spoke in the California Reparations Task Force as an expert witness, mentioning that his own family lineage was enslaved in California and became free, started, built their own house and had it destroyed for a museum. So he always brings up that land as a part of our conversation. So I always got to shout him out. As well, OG English, who spoke earlier, mentioned that. Oh, excuse me. No, it was getting theoretical that mentioned that there are some ways that reparations is actually a benefit to the country as a whole. And indeed, Marcel Dixon always mentions repair Black America to fix America. There's a Forbes article that was written that says 21 reasons that reparations will benefit the U.S. economically. So I just wanted to shout that article out. As well, Citigroup, which is a group of white bankers that control $130 billion in assets, did a study over 20 years and said that the racism that goes against Black Americans has actually cost the American economy $16 trillion just since the year 2000. I just wanted to mention one bullet point from that article before I move on from it. They said $280 billion America would be richer had they not have been racist in their housing appraisals against Black Americans, which lowers the value of American homes. And with white flight, white people leaving the neighborhood in mass, it actually lowers the value of entire neighborhoods. So that's one example of how racism economically affects all of us as Americans. But to get to the point of solutions, and that's what I think OG English was mentioning earlier. Whenever I talk to youth about reparations, they always ask what's the numbers. So I pinned up above a bill that was suggested in Oregon. It was only a single page long, which I thought meant that it would go viral because although it doesn't mention our 40 acres claim and a lot of other things that reparations should be, it mentions direct cash payments, and it doesn't just say cut the check. It says that anyone who's 18 or up deserves lifetime payments of $123,000 annually, and it says that it needs to be tax exempt, not subject to garnishment of wages, alimony, or insolvency law or bankruptcy. And so I have to mention that in the same breath as San Francisco. I've been messaging Black Alpha and Afro Elite because I feel like we need a Joe Rogan sit down to look at these real quick because these are actual cash numbers that are being suggested in physical bills. So again, to OG English that mentioned the bills, this Oregon one, because there wasn't enough attention on it, it's gone back to let's have a task force to study first. But at least we have this precedent set that it ain't cut the check no more, it's cut the checks. And y'all should know that Holocaust survivors receive lifetime payments as well, not just one check. B250152 is the bill to create a reparations task force in the Washington, D.C. area. And so I think anybody that's going to speak for reparations in D.C. should take a look at what's good and bad about that. There was a 6-hour press conference about it with Duffy and all the other people. So I just wanted to mention that B250152, which I can get to anyone as well. And then my last point was that in San Francisco, because we could talk about the state of California's reparations task force, but just the city of San Francisco with its 15-member task force released a demand letter with 22 financial demands, right? And among those was a $5 million upfront payment to every Black American, 250 years of payments tied to the area median income, our debt forgiveness. Your reparation shouldn't have to go towards credit card forgiveness or student loans, which is back towards what white people be arguing. If they be arguing that we need to get rid of all student debt because it raises GDP. It creates people who get paid more, who pay in higher tax brackets, and who reinvest in the community with their own businesses. If that argument's true, then it's true with Black American debt first and foremost, and we earned this debt forgiveness. But I just wanted to mention that because people were talking about, and even Willie Dynamite, shout out to Ray Sabo, he mentioned that we need to boycott businesses that don't support us. And on the flip side, we need to circulate our dollar amongst ourselves. San Francisco, point number 11, I believe, suggests that a part of reparations would be a Black card where we would have discounts and VIP access at specific businesses that are Black American so that we would circulate our dollar amongst our own community. Essentially a card version of the Green Book. So these are some of the ideas I think are super interesting that San Francisco suggested that we can have at a federal level. But I just wanted to make sure that it was within the purview of everyone who's a reparationist, that there are numbers on the table. It ain't cut the check, it's cut the checks. And hopefully I'll have access to other media outlets within the Black media to bring attention to these demands and bills. Thank you for giving me the space. Peace and reparations.
Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. I really do. Shout out to you, brother. I am, like I said, I am going live in 30 minutes now, really. So I'm going to be wrapping this space up soon. Before we go, let me check the GoFundMe real quick to see what we have. And we have 7,245 so far. I'm not Black enough. Brothers and sisters, we can get to 8,000 by tonight. That's nothing. We can get to 8,000 by tonight. We really can. So in my YouTube description, on my YouTube live tonight, shameless plug, which you all should definitely go see, because we're talking about more about the culture, our FBA culture. I'm going to put that in the description, the GoFundMe in the description. So I think it sets a very good precedent if we get this number by tonight. It sets a wonderful precedent moving forward. Now, to wrap things up, I'm going to let some of our speakers get the last word. If you have anything you'd like to say, because I said I'm probably going to get off like 30 minutes before my live. Make sure you guys go check in, tap in, because we're doing a very important broadcast tonight. We're getting some straightening done about our culture tonight. So make sure you all tap in on YouTube, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have our sister Miriam, and then we will have Getting Theoretical, then Willie. So we'll go in that order.
Thank you, brother. Pretty much. G stands for G checking. G stands for going. Let's go, family. We can do this. We must do this. We have to do this because this is all about us. And if we don't do it, no one else will do it. So it's about us showing that although we were never given a pair of boots nor straps, we've always supported and uplifted and made sure that we survive as a lineage, as a people, as an institution. So therefore, we are going to put our money and our weight behind our brother. We're going to also give whatever we can do as far as find out what it is you can do to support if you can't financially do it. But I feel that we all can at some point, unless you're homeless. And well, I can't speak to nobody's situation, but unless you're really destitute, I don't care if it's $5. 5 becomes 10, 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 40, 60. Hey, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91. Played that as a kid. So it's amazing how much money can pile up and you can meet your goals. Just look at it as, hey, I could do without that processed chicken sandwich over there. I could do without seeing Homo Libo and Chan Chan Ching on the corner. They don't deserve your money anyway. They serving death anyway. So instead of buying that your woo-woos and wham-whams, I'm not gonna knock nobody if you do sip a little bit, if you do smoke a little bit, hey, that's on you. Good for you. But how about cutting in that little bit and making sure you putting money towards something that's really going to grow and support, and you get to see the fruits of your labor. Nothing is going to feel much better or greater than you supporting and making sure that we're breathing life and the energy into our Black grassroots movement, our reparations movement, family, our protections, our tangibles. We need our checks cut. We need all that. Our FBA anti-FBA hate crime bill. We need all of that. We need all our tangibles. We need all our protection, and we need to come together to congregate amongst each other and pass that energy, pass that fire, build upon each other's mental intellect, and iron sharpens iron, and come out with not only that we know that we're going to get reparations, but we're going to implement and institute plans to make sure we further our movement, because we are coming to get our check. We're not asking, we're not begging, and we're not insinuating. That is a promise, that is a reality, that is what it is. So heads off, be one to the room. Love you, my FBA Freedman family. Shout out to you, love, peace, hair grease, and we're gonna be there. Be one.
Black first, sister, I appreciate that. I couldn't unmute myself for a second. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you so very much, beloved sister. Now we're going to get to getting theoretical.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro. Be first. Be first to all of y'all. Thanks y'all for having the room. Thank y'all for participating. Everybody in here, like they said, we a big old family. So, group hugging this mug. All right, but yeah, like what Brother Cash Games was saying, like, this isn't just for us. This isn't just going to be something that benefits us, but
Are
it
you
benefits
speaking?
the entire.
Yeah, he's speaking, brother. He's speaking. I can hear him.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right. I'm gonna let you go.
My bad. All right, but like, yeah, like Brother Cash Games was saying, like, there's, evidence, concrete proof behind the fact that, papering us up and, giving us our hate crime bills is not only going to benefit us, but benefit the entire country. And I kind of look at it as those, like, we have to do this for the next generation coming up after us. We need to see it as like, the generation coming up after us, they really need this. They need this work that we're putting in right now. Like, some, like, our, civil rights leaders, they kind of, dropped the ball a little bit on not, focusing on reparations too hard. But, now we have a chance to kind of correct that wrong and kind of bring it back to that and, bring it home for, us and our generations to come. So whenever I look at these kids, like, whenever they're talking about whatever, rapper or whatever degenerate activity or whatnot, it's like, I know that they're only doing that because like we don't have access to everything that we need to protect ourselves. Like Jason Black says, they hate us because we're Black, but they can victimize us because we're poor. And once we get that paper up, we gonna be able to, like, get our children, get our future straight.
And it's like I always see it as like, investing in the future, because we ain't gonna be nothing without a future. That's why white supremacy always targets our children. They always want to make sure that they get them young, and they, get them on this whole, like, we ain't gonna never be nothing train as children. But it's like, it's up to us to break that mindset and then put them on game, and like, have them with us, and then set a new precedent, so that even if we were to, like, meet our demise one day, like, Tariq, Jason and Professor Black Truth, they're not the leaders. Like, the code is the leader. I kind of see it as like a religion almost, where our God is like our future. Our God is our past, and our God is our present. It's everything that embodies us, who we are, and our persevering and our continuing. So be one, make sure that we all remember that our future is what's at stake here, and we gotta put on. And I just dropped a little something on the GoFundMe, so hopefully we get there.
Much respect, brother Afro. He's finished. I think it's on, brother Cash.
Okay. All
You
right
should
then.
erase her bow.
Yeah, I
Should I
thought it was.
conclude it?
Was it not Racer Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
You, go ahead,
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah. I was gonna make a quick. I was just gonna say, brother Afro, and to anybody listening, to any city that you in that's doing reparations work, please hook up with brother Cass Gaines. This brother, his reparations analysis game is remarkable. If the money's there, he's going to find it, and he's going to break it down to how it should be in our pocket with no excuses, and how it's not going to bankrupt the state, the city, or the federal government. So brother Afro, I would really appreciate if y'all two hooked up, did some type of work together. I know y'all brothers could, definitely do some real tag team championship type of stuff. So, if y'all can make that happen, that'd be ill. So that's all I wanted to say. Peace, y'all.
Thank you, brother. Cash, you got it.
Peace, peace. Yeah, no, I done ran down Umar, I done ran down Roland about reparations specifically, but to this space, again, I got to shout out John G. Burgess. They actually have a black-owned business selling sausages and hamburgers. I don't got no stake in it, and I'm actually a black vegetarian, but I'm black first. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to shout out John Burgess and the Burgess Burgers or whatever it is. Every time somebody says "wasn't no slavery in California," I imagine him smacking the shit out of him too. By the way. Uh, um, what getting theoretical saying 100%, like that 21 reasons why reparations will help America. It speaks about how environmental racism is harming Black Americans, and that's going to lead with reparations towards cleaner air for the entire planet, towards understanding how environmental racism harms the body, and have treatments that will end up helping all humans. So little things like that I thought was super interesting in that article. I pinned up above the Marcel proposal. I'm sure he can speak for himself as well about the federal reparations bonds that would have interest payments annually of $190,000 per Black American. I compared that to a new article that came out, which mentioned the cost of living for a single person in many major cities being in the hundreds of thousands. But that would be well above that in each of the cities that was listed as the most expensive one. So I just wanted to mention that. And then my last point is San Francisco. I have to shout out with that demand letter, because one of their points is that 50% of the profits from either the sale or the annual lease of any buildings in the county of San Francisco will go into a reparations fund specific. When I was at a rally for reparations in DC back in, I guess, October or something like that, another speaker before me said that all this city was built with blood money, that the buildings were laid by our ancestors direct. And I was like, damn, like just reparations ain't really us owning DC. How do we, facilitate a reparations program that ends up with us owning DC? And that's where the San Francisco, I think, demand is something that needs to be weaponized in Washington, D.C. as well. Or forget D.C., this whole country's ours. So I just wanted to shout out that SF created that standard, or set that demand. And I think that we need to be the ones to carry it. Again, 50% of the profits of any leasing, that means every year they're paying rent on those buildings, or if they sell a building in San Francisco, 50% of the profits for that goes towards reparations payments specific. San Francisco said that, and we need that all over the country, straight up. Thank you for giving me the space. Peace and reparations.
Afro, you there, brother?
Wait, is he streaming right now?
No, he might not be able to hear everyone that's
Thank you, brother.
speaking.
I
Afro.
appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up. Yep, we're gonna be wrapping up. Alpha, Sage, y'all got any last words, brothers?
Go ahead, Sage. I'll run after you, bro.
Yeah, I ain't going after DMX. I do want to say this. Again, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. Again, family, I feel like we're in 2024. There's a lot of things that we were not supposed to get accomplished. 50 years ago, reparations was not in the lexicon. There was a brother by the name of, Martin Luther King that brought it up in passing, stating that, we're coming back for our check. And this time we're truly trying to get that check. Shout out to the brothers that have the courage to speak on it. Shout out to the brothers that do the knowledge. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do. I don't want to curse. That's BS from the start. Okay? You were not supposed to be freed. You were not supposed to be educated. You were not supposed to own property. You were supposed to be property in this country, okay? So again, do not let these people tell you what you can and cannot do. Everything they told us that we could not do, we've ended up doing. It takes time, but it's gonna get done. Just keep your focus straight. And again, it starts with aggregating our own money, putting our own money together, group economics. How do we start that? With our own rallies, our own reparation rallies. We're not asking for a lot of money, family. How many of you, have I want to say, vice? Okay, forego that $10 that you're spending on that weed and put that towards this. One day. You understand? One day. And if you can, again, if you're not making it, that's most likely because you're working. Okay, cool. You already got a job. You're working. If you cannot spend your time here, at least spend your dime here. And that's all we're asking for, family. Because again, you can't expect, Tariq to fit the bill for everything. If you guys knew, and I was one of the people that were preview to know what was going on behind the scenes last time, some things that I would not speak on, but security is definitely needed. A lot of that is definitely needed. And again, I'm not going to speak it. Family, if y'all knew some of the stuff that was going on, you would say Tariq is, crazy to even have another rally in DC. Why not move it to another city? But it needs to be in Washington, DC, because that is the power base of white supremacy in this country. We need to take it to their doorsteps. So again, family, the same way like you spent money for Black Panther, the movie, the same way like, you spent money for, going to the basketball games, like my brother Ray Sabo said, the same way, like I said, you spend money on your weed habits, your liquor habits. Put that money towards this. Put that money towards something that's gonna last in value. Because all of us here want reparations. All of us here feel like we're deserving of reparations. And this is the first step to getting it. With that, I want to say thank you to Brother Afro for having this space. I know you plan on doing it again. Shout out to Brother Black Alpha. Shout out to Brother Bo. I'm going to see you in a few weeks. You already know, 23rd Street. Sister Miriam, much love. I always love your accent. Brother Cash, I see you. I will be following you and getting more information from you. Shout out to all the people that spoke, Nikki the God, everyone in here. Much love to you guys. Black Shark, FBA Goddess. I can't go through everybody, but y'all know who y'all are. Much love to the family. Black first.
Much respect, family. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and be real brief because I know Afro got to come up, and I'm gonna be the same place I was last Monday and the Monday after that and before. It's gonna be listening to my brother, so I'm gonna be listening to our brother here in a few minutes because he about to go live at 8 o'clock. All y'all tap in. Let me say this real quick. Sage, you are absolutely correct. Some of us who are pillars in this community know what goes on behind the scenes, and it's not sweet. All right. There's a lot of hard work, a lot of determination, dedication that we put in. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact, me, Sage, and Afro, we literally have went in the basements lifting up tables. I missed 3 flights 10-hour layovers, but it doesn't matter. We go through all of that, stand in the trenches to get to the business and get to the work. I know everybody does real good work behind the scenes. Afro, Sage, Nikki, I know for a fact. FBA Goddess, man, you got kicked out of an NAACP event together with about 40 other people. Big facts, man, and we all put it down, but we're going to continue to do it. We all do a little, we all do a lot. Y'all know I always say on the Black Alpha Network, we building, we working, we shining, we grinding. We untouchable, unbreakable, unmatched, and stronger than ever. Remember that. We stronger than ever, so they never going to stop us. Make sure y'all support not just the movie coming up, but you guys make sure you also support the rally and every endeavor that a certified foundational Black American is doing, because we all move as one unit. When you get separated and you move in 100 different pieces, then they can play you. They can't play us because we moving as one. So with that said, certified salute. Y'all make sure y'all donate. I can't wait to see you on DC. And before I go, I got to say one thing. Somebody wrote me on my channel and they told me that they're in bad health. And they said that they're trying to stay alive just so they can meet me in Washington, D.C. at the Reparations rally. This person is in bad health, okay? And they wrote me, and I haven't met this person, but I told them, I said, you will be in good health. You will make it to the rally. I will see you, and I'll give you the biggest foundational Black American certified hug. So certified salute to that sister if she's listening. Certified salute to everybody. And y'all know why they call it a reparations movement? Because it don't move without foundational Black Americans. Peace and love.
Perfectly said. And shout out to that sister. I wish her the absolute best, and we will see her soon, my brothers and my sisters. And I want us to remember the whole purpose for this space is so the grassroots can unify for the rally for reparations. It's coming up shortly. It's going to be here in a couple months, less than a couple months. This is the time for us to make history. This is the time for us to prove that we don't need to be handed anything, that we will build something. Because we have a long road ahead. It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be possible. It's going to be possible because we're on code. Me, you, the people who are listening, the people who will listen after, we're all on code, and we will all do it together like we did last year or the last time. Like we did the time before and the time before. This time is so very important, so very crucial. This time right here is the time that they're going to be teaching your kids and your kids' kids when they're in school or when they're getting homeschooled about the 2024 Rally for Reparations. This time right here. And you as their older sibling, you as their parent, you as their grandparent will be able to tell them that happened because of me and my sister and my brother and the whole family. We all came together for that. And your offspring, your descendants, will look at you as their ancestors with a sense of righteous pride. Because they know not only did you do something that was going to benefit you, you did something that was going to benefit your children and your children's children and their children. Even if you weren't able to come, you still did it. You still made the sacrifice. And I understand times is tough right now. And it's a sacrifice, but I appreciate every single last one of you guys. We've, in a matter of a couple hours, we've raised a few $100s right here. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to get myself ready for YouTube. I hope to see every single last one of you all there. And I also have the GoFundMe link in the description so you guys can enjoy the show and still donate as well, too. With that being said, B1 salute to every single last one of you all. I expected to get off a little bit earlier, so I can't really do a roll call. But B1 salute to every single last one of you all. I will see you all on YouTube.